The road to the Dome starts tonight. The Section 6 Class AA Championship. And we have all the action next here on Spectrum News. From New Era Field, the home of the Buffalo Bills, Spectrum News presents Friday night matchup as the Lancaster Legends take on the Orchard Park Quakers for the Section 6 AA title. Good evening, everybody. Lars Lewis along with Mark Collins. It is a cold, cold night here in Orchard Park. The stakes can't get any higher than this. It's the championship game. Back on October 11th, Orchard Park forced 4 turnovers from Lancaster and beat them 21-20, ending a 19-game home win streak for Lancaster. Mark, I got to ask you, ever since that loss, they've ripped 3 straight wins, including a 28-7 thumping over Jamestown. How did this team get back after suffering such a brutal loss?
You know, it's tough, but this is playoff time, and you were talking about it. This is football weather, too. I was down there. I love the way it is. It's cold, but, you know, this is what they like to do. These two teams, even though they weren't rated 1 and 2 during the season, they're a good matchup, and it should be a really good one tonight.
Well, it is a rematch of the 2016 championship, and we start off with the 3-time defending champions, the Lancaster Legends. If you want to get through them, you have to get through their duo of linebackers, and one of them in particular, no question about it, is Connor Mahoney, number 56.
Yeah, there you get a look at him right there. Good-sized kid. You see how many tackles he makes, the 3 sacks, but he also had 2 interceptions, so he is really an all-around player, and he'll make big plays for this defense.
With Lancaster and their great linebacking core, Orchard Park also boasts an incredible linebacking trio themselves. And one of them is Michael Pataki, who got hurt in the second play of the game against Lancaster. So he's healthy and ready to go tonight for Orchard Park.
Yeah, there's a good look at him. And I'm telling you, this kid, he just loves to play the game. He's got great instincts. And you got to be able to block him because he gets in the backfield. As a matter of fact, when they played Bennett and just beat them, he was in the backfield more than the Bennett backs were. So he's the real deal. Loves to play the game. Keep an eye on him tonight.
Well, let's take a look at the keys to tonight's game. We start off with Lancaster. Be mentally tough, no turnovers or penalties. It is a tall order. And, of course, dominate on special teams. For Orchard Park, they have to win the turnover battle, win on special teams, and, of course, stop Lancaster's run game, who had nearly 1,500 yards during the regular season.
Yeah, but when you take a look at that, you say, you know, Pataki didn't play when they played him last game. He's got hurt after the second play. That'll be a big key for them tonight for Orchard Park. But turnovers is definitely the big key. You aren't winning playoff games if you turn the ball over too many times.
Well, it doesn't get any bigger than this, ladies and gentlemen. In 2016, these two teams met in what was the beginning of the Lancaster dynasty. And now in 2019, they're ready to get it on again. The Legends and the Quakers for the title. The kickoff is next here on Spectrum News. Stay with us.
You'll light candles with strangers the day you arrive, and extinguish them with lifelong friends the day you leave this place. A place that will transform your life, inside and outside the classroom. A place where you'll learn to care about each other, and about others you never imagined caring about. A place where people help you believe in yourself. For 160 years, St. Bonaventure University has helped good students become great people.
The #1 DJ in the world returns Russell steaks, chops, and more.
Let's stop a beat.
DJ Russ.
3, 2, 1, jump.
Located at 6675 Transit Road. Party with DJ Russ. Dropping all the best cuts of beef every night. Get your VIP steak service experience.
I'm gonna make it rain. Steaks in here.
DJ Double Money Sign Ross in the mix.
Let me hear you. Let me hear you. Make some noise. Be my guest and let us do the rest.
The phone company is ripping off business owners every month with hidden fees and sneaky surcharges. See for yourself.
Verizon is taking me for an extra $25 in taxes and fees per line. That's not okay.
AT&T got me with a cost assessment charge.
CenturyLink stuck me with an extra $40 in taxes and fees per line.
Frontier snuck in an extended area service charge. Not cool.
Spectrum Business is different because the price you see is the price you pay. Just $19.99 a month when bundled. Call 844-997-0577. $19.99. That's all you'll pay.
At that price, I could cut my phone bill in half.
Bundle Spectrum Business Voice with 200 meg internet. No added phone taxes, no hidden fees, no contracts. Stop getting ripped off. Call Spectrum Business today. 844-997-0577.
Temperature 29 degrees. It's that kind of weather where you can see the air in your face. 58% humidity. The wind is calm, so we're going to be able to see both teams throw the ball, Mark. Slight chance of snow. It's going to be a low of 24, but it seems like, regardless that it is cold, it looks like it's going to be a good football track.
Yeah, like I said, I went down there and checked it out, and there really isn't much wind. And there you can look at
There's Coach Rupp right there, way up in the catwalk. Fourth season as a head coach, 39-6. Yeah, you can see the air. It is cold. 7-2 this season, three-time defending champion. 5 seed going into the playoffs, and he's got his team back.
Yeah, and he had some big shoes to fill. Old Lenny Jankowitz retired from the Lancaster head coaching job, and but he's doing a really nice job. And this is, like I said, I think these are the two best teams in the AA, and it's nice to have them tonight.
Well, we look at Craig Dana, the head coach of Orchard Park, only in his second season, but a pretty good record of 15-4, 8-1 this year. Former Buffalo State Bengal wide receiver, a member of the Buffalo State Athletics Hall of Fame. He's got a heck of a pedigree when it comes to a football career. He has certainly revitalized Orchard Park.
Yeah, and there's no doubt about it. Talking about stepping in the shoes, Gene Tundo was the coach for a long time at OP, and it's a nice transition. And I've met with the coaching staff, and they're energetic, and both these teams are right back where they should be in the finals here.
Yeah, we take a look at the series record between both of these teams. Orchard Park beat Lancaster early this year on October 11th at the start of the broadcast. Tyler Piratano had the pick six, led the comeback. Cody Phillips had a strong day, 20 carries for 126 yards and a touchdown. The Quakers lead the series 26-12 all time, 2-1 at New Era Field. But the last time these two teams played in this very field, Lancaster got the better of them and started their run of 3 straight titles.
Yeah, and we talked about it before the game. I mean, they're really comparable. You look at both these teams, both the quarterbacks, really athletic. Just look at our officials for the game tonight.
Paul Gagliardi, Craig Donnelly, Corey Brackman, and Dave Sobis, and the back judge is Mike Chattel. And man, you want to talk about guts. They don't have gloves on. They're just out there. It looks like a typical day in October.
It says 24, but I was down there, and it just kind of, it feels like it's a perfect night for football. And you see as they're breathing, and you see it's a little chillier than, but it's football season, and it's playoff time, and it's what you live for here. Is in high school you want to make it, and these two teams are revved up, and I'm glad that it isn't snowing or raining, because it's nice for the fans to come, and we have a really nice crowd to see this one tonight.
Absolutely. Normally for early November weather, it is cold.
Yeah, I remember doing this game last year, and it was raining, and it wasn't fun. But this is a beautiful night. You see Lancaster with the white uniforms, Orchard Park with those black ones. Sometimes tough to pick out numbers from up here, but that's.
We'll do our best, no question. It is we can't understate this. It is cold. Even in the booth, it is cold. And there's Johnny Lander, their leading receiver, has 8 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, they have a cast of really good football players, and that's what makes Orchard Park so tough. I mean, Sharp's the quarterback, and he's been doing it for a long time. He started as a young guy, as a varsity quarterback, and he's a senior now, and boy, he's a lot of different targets, and he spreads the ball around, and he can run the ball too, so he's a dual threat. And the same thing on the other side with Mansell.
So it looks like Gianluca Fulcinetti, one of the Fulcinetti brothers on Lancaster, is going to kick it away for the Legends. Now you look at the right side, you look at the fans, Lancaster, they're hyped up, they're ready to go. Orchard Park's going to receive to start this game, and we are underway here at New Era Field. The ball caught on the fly at the 30-yard line. And it's going to be good field position for Orchard Park at the 40, and that's where they're going to start their first drive. And their star quarterback, Jack Sharp, number 2. 25 touchdowns this season, 9 interceptions. He's got a completion percentage of 60%, 219 yards per game. He has been one of the best quarterbacks all throughout Western New York.
No question about it. You take a look at it right there. Those are impressive numbers, 25 touchdowns. He threw 9 interceptions, but he also, like I said, he's run for some touchdowns too, so you got to watch out when he tucks it and runs it.
First downs for Orchard Park at the 40-yard line. Sharp in the shotgun. He's got 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 man in the backfield. There's 1 in motion. So Liberatore moves to the left. There's a snap, a give up to the middle. And a nice run up there towards midfield and into Lancaster territory on the very first play. And that is Steve Kulikowski, who did not play against Lancaster back in October. And with him, we're going to look at the starting offense for Orchard Park for this championship game. On the offensive line, Matt Wagner, Devon Mann, Matt Baxa, Brandon Pettit, and Eric Dietz will be the front 5. And then we take a look at the skill positions. Peter Liberatore, Tristan Lancaster, Keegan Mancabelli, Charlie Bartolotti, and Stephen Kulikowski.
Like I said, you see all those receivers there, he'll spread the ball around. Sharp, he gets it, whoever's open, he gets it out of his hand and quick. And this is that hurry-up offense, and they're catching teams off guard with this. They run it really well.
Now in the shotgun, 2nd and 8. There's a snap. Give over to the right side to Kulikowski. Trying to get through. He is met by a litany of Lancaster defenders. But we'll now introduce starting defense for the 3-time defending champions. On the front 4, Josh Jelanek, Joe Pedraza, Dan Empfield, and Anthony Santos La Rosa. That'll be the front 4. The linebackers, Connor Mahoney and Matt Marshner, they wreak a lot of havoc for opposing offenses. And in the secondary, Isaiah Lilton, Rob Vitellis, Sean Davis, Ethan Jerkowski, and Chris Shaver.
And I think on that last play, all 11 of them were in on the tackle.
Man in motion to the left. 3rd down coming up and 9 yards to go. Sharp back to throw. He's going to roll to his right. He looks over the middle and it's dropped. The cold weather in Orchard Park, and that was intended for Pete Liberatore. And there's some cold hands down there. It's going to be 4th down at midfield, and let's see what OP does.
And Sharp, he breaks the pocket, and he gets out there, and that's one thing. He's dangerous. Like I said, he'll run the football, but he also can throw on the run, and that should have been a catch right there. Liberatore, he usually doesn't drop them, but you're right, it's a little different conditions. You see a lot of the receivers have gloves on. They probably don't wear them too much during the year, but we'll see them with tonight, and that might be a little bit different, trying to catch the ball with the gloves on.
3 wide receivers set, 1 man in the backfield, and it looks like they're going to switch over. And Chad Gloss, their punter, is actually going to set it away. He's also their tight end. Grabs it. Nice high punt. A little bit of a vertical spiral.
Oh,
and the ball is mucked. And it's recovered by Orchard Park. Oh, a big play. We talked about special teams at the top of the broadcast. And it's recovered by Tristan Lancaster, number 4.
Good hustle by Lancaster, get down there. And that was one of the key special teams there. But you know, on that one right there, that's number 3, Sean Davis. I mean, you got to catch this football. I thought he had plenty of time, and he just doesn't look it in. He's looking at the Orchard Park player coming right at him, and boy, we talked about it. That's the biggest key of all, is turnovers.
And Kulikowski gets hammered by Davis right at the line of scrimmage. And you notice there was a bit of a vertical spiral coming down. It wasn't an easy ball to catch.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a big game. I mean, the emotions are flowing, but you got to catch that one right there. And a nice stop by the defense here on the 1st down. They'll see if they can bail out their teammates.
Well, we saw the drop with Liberatore. Now we see the muff. Definitely the weather's playing a factor when it comes to the hands of the players. 2nd down coming up. Handoff up the middle to Kulikowski, and once again Lancaster sticks him right at the line of scrimmage, so now it'll be 3rd down at 9.
I'm a little surprised that Orchard Park comes out, and they don't usually run the ball more than they throw it, but
think the weather's going to play a bit of a factor here?
But I think they do have a great passing game. But here's a look at the run here. You got to put it in just go forward and pick up some yards. But I think they have to be a little more balanced. So I don't mind seeing them run the football, but this Lancaster defense,
I say we talk about Mahoney. He's the leader out there. Keep an eye on him.
And in motion, so Sharp's going to roll to his left. Sharp's looking, and he goes to the left, and that one is through the hands of Mancabelli. Going for those yellow cleats, and it's incomplete, and it'll be 4th down. Let's see what OP does here. Looks like they're going to bring out, the field goal unit. Now, Tom Hollander has not attempted a field goal all season. Let's take a look here.
Yeah, there's the pass, just a little bit too high for Mancabelli to get up there and bring that one down. But yeah, this is, these are not guarantees, I always say in high school, the football, to kick the field goals, even the extra points, but we're going for it.
Hollander gets it up, and it is good. The first field goal of the year for Orchard Park, and they get it here on one of the biggest stages you can find. Hollander puts it through, and it's 3-0 quick.
And that's a big coaching decision right there. Like I said, especially, it's kind of cold tonight. And
Coach staff loves that.
He's probably holding his breath out there, but this one I couldn't tell from our booth here if it was good, but let me see, he just, right down the middle.
There's a bit of a knuckler, but as long as you get it over the post, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's big time. But at the same time, I think Lancaster, they dodged a bullet right there because they turned that ball over in their own territory, and Orchard Park only comes up with 3.
So Hollander this season has made all 42 of his extra points. And I figured for Coach Dana, it wasn't that too far off. That must have been well within his range to be able to kick that ball, especially with how cold it is outside.
And I'll tell you, if you look at all the scores, a lot of, especially in the high school football, I mean, the last time these two teams played was 21-20. So a lot of times it does come down to, are you going to go for 2 points after the touchdown, or are you going to try and kick the extra point? So that's a big-time field goal, though, for Orchard Park.
Hollander kicks it away, and it goes up towards the 13-yard line, and Lancaster's going to bring it up the field and out towards the 27-yard line, and that's where Lancaster will start their first possession of the game on offense with Jason Manziel, the 5'9", 155 junior. Completion percentage this year near at 62%. 20 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, but the 2 interceptions he's had this year has come against Orchard Park in that game on October 11th.
Yeah, well, he'll want to fix the record on that, but there it is. 23 completions, 1,500 yards, 2 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions. That's impressive.
Give up the middle to Cody Phillips, who had a really big game against OP, and he gets a couple of yards. And we take a look at the starting offense for the 3-time defending champions for Lancaster. Ethan Kowalski, Ian Behrens, Connor Mahoney, Matt Marsher, and Cole Roberts are in the front 5. And then in the skill positions, Dominic Folsonetti, Sean Davis, Nick Castellana, Ethan Jerkowski, and the running back, Cody Phillips. Manziel back to throw. He's looking to the left. He's got his safety valve there, and he throws it to him. And that one gets to about the 35-yard line before snuffed out by Mike Pataki. We take a look at the starting defense for Orchard Park. First time here in New Era since 2016. As you see, Mike Pataki right there. 7:55 and counting here in the second quarter. We'll get to the starting defense in just a minute. Big 3rd down coming up for the Legends. 3rd and 4, ball at the 35.
Watch Pataki coming on a blitz.
There's a snap, Manziel, 4-man rush, long throw to the left side, and that one is caught for a 1st down as Lancaster pushes it up the field.
That's a nice job right there. Sean Davis comes down with it. Nice throw by Manziel. That's a tough throw out to the outside on that one, and that probably makes number 3 feel a lot better. He's the one that dropped that, fumbled that one, and there he makes the catch. So good field position right now, about the 44-yard line.
Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers. Manziel takes a step back. He's got trips to the left. There's the snap. Manziel looking over the middle. Now he's in trouble. Manziel's got to roll to his right, and he manages to get past the line of scrimmage before he gets shoved out of bounds. Nice job there by Manziel, able to escape the pressure and get a net gain. Starting defense for Orchard Park, Bradley Fowler, Jalen Askin, Aiden Haley, and Tyler Piratano for the front 4. Chad Gloss, the aforementioned Michael Pataki, and Cross Rapini. There are the linebackers. And then in the secondary, Tommy Sullivan, Pete Liptori, Charlie Bartolotti, and Jacob Schul.
And all three of those, Liberatore, Scholl, and Bartolotti, are all younger brothers of guys that have played here and graduated from Orchard Park. So you see the younger guys coming up.
Manziel tucks it and runs, and he gets brought down around midfield. Nice play there by Aiden Haley coming from the defensive tackle position to go out and pursue.
I'll tell you what, the Orchard Park defense, though, they have been playing really, really good defense of coverage in the backfield there. He has not been able to find any receiver. Every time he's dropped back, he can't find anyone open, and he had to tuck and run that one.
Well, it is a team that's given up only 12.2 points per game throughout this season. No question, this is their... Lancaster, I think, has been their biggest test this year, and it's going to be the biggest test tonight. So now it'll be third down. Manziel in the shotgun, one in the backfield. He's going to give it to Phillips, and a great tackle by Liberatore.
No, that's Pataki. I'll tell you.
You're right, it is Pataki.
I can just tell by the way he gets... I haven't seen a kid come through the line as quick as he gets through. He just reads so well. You see that 59 tackles, 16 for a loss, only a 1.6. But watch this. He reads the gap, and he's in the backfield. I mean, he's tackling him in the backfield. He's not even meeting him at the line of scrimmage. He just reads the play so well, and he's tough to block.
So Manziel's going to be back to punt. Gets it away. It's a low punt. It's going to head towards Liberatore. He manages to field it cleanly. Ball at the 25, and he manages to get it close to the 30 before he's tackled. And that's where Orchard Park will get the ball back.
Yeah, nice job to catch that, because he doesn't catch it, it's going to bounce, and it's going to go down inside the 20.
So near 6 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Orchard Park with the field goal by Hollander, currently up 3-0. Lars Lewis and Mark Collins here in the TV booth at New Era Field. There's Ethan Jerkowski right there. First down now for the Quakers at the 28. Sharp, quick read to the right side, and that one is caught on the 34 into the 35-yard line. Caught there by Liberatore. Also does the kick returns, punt returns. He also leads the team in all-purpose yards.
Well, like I said, he had the two older brothers before him, and I always say that. It's the younger brother that's always the best player, because he learns from the older guys. They're probably sitting at home and say, what are you talking about, Mr. Collins? But yeah, he's a heck of a player.
Nice run to the right side. That's going to be a first down for Kulikowski. He's got a great jump the second he gets that ball, and he's up around the 45. And it'll be a first down for Orchard Park.
And that's something, I've seen Orchard Park play 3 or 4 times this year. Establishing the running game, I think, is really important, especially against Lancaster here. I mean, because they're used to throwing the ball on Orchard Park, but I think, like I said, in playoff games, you got to be balanced. You got to take some time off the clock, and you wear down that defense.
2 wide receivers to the right, now 1 in motion. There's a snap, the jet sweep over to Liberatore, trying to get the outside, and he is swallowed up in the backfield. It's a loss of 3, and a nice play by Santos Larosa, the junior.
Yeah, he read that one really well. He gets out, see 27 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 1 for a loss. That's number 2 for a loss right there. That's a great read. He just gets directly to the ball carrier, comes off the block.
Yeah, you shake off Matt Wagner, you got to have some strength in order to get through him. 2nd and 13 now for Orchard Park. 3 wide receivers out to the right. Sharp to the right side. That one is caught by Mancabelli, and he gets about a gain of 6. And it'll be 3rd and 8 now for the Quakers.
And they're sitting back a little bit, Orchard Park. That was Jennings, I think, that made that tackle right there. They're not letting anyone get behind them. They're just let Sharp. He gets rid of the football, almost gets it deflected at the line of scrimmage, and comes up and makes the tackle.
Yeah, you saw Mahoney was lurking right out in front of him. 3rd down and 8 now for Jack Sharp's Quakers. OP this season on 3rd down, 48.7% of the time they have gotten the first, and we have a flag for the first time in today's game. .353 left here in the first quarter.
Well, that's on OP. That's not going to help them out.
False start.
Yep.
It looks like Devon Mann wants to get an explanation. So does Greg Data.
Yeah, it was 3rd and about 8, which, I mean, it's manageable at 3rd and 8 with Sharp in the he throws a lot of quick outs and everything to pick up that first down, but now it's 3rd and 13.
Well, it essentially eliminated the completion by Mancabelli. So now it's going to be 3rd and 13. Tight formation in the shotgun now for Jack Sharp. Shifts his running back to the left. Lancaster rushes 3. It's going to be a swing pass to Mancabelli. He's got to move it up the field, and he gets it just past the original line of scrimmage. And now it'll be 4th down for the Quakers, and likely they'll punt.
Good read and react right there by Lancaster, though. They saw that one. Sharp tries to throw that quick screen to the left side to Mancabelli, and they get out there, good pursuit. They make a sure tackle.
So Gianluca Fulcinetti will actually go back to retrieve the punt, along with Sean Davis. Fulcinetti to the left and Davis to the right. Gloss is going to punt it away. Gets a nice punt, nice and high. It'll bounce at the 22-yard line and take an Orchard Park roll all the way to the 15, and that's where it'll die off, and Lancaster will get the ball at the 15-yard line.
Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here, playing on the defense, and both defensive units look pretty good here in the first quarter. Only 2 minutes to go, and not a lot of big plays yet.
Just hold off there, Mark. With these two teams, a lot of the big plays happen in the second half of that game.
Yeah, you can see they're just kind of feeling one another out here.
It's like a heavyweight fight. This is just a feeling out process. Mandel, a quick throw to the right side to Jerkowski. And Jerkowski makes a man miss and move up to the 26 before he's taken out of bounds. He'll be right at the stick, so it looks like it'll be 2nd and short coming up.
Yeah, and he picks up a nice block from the outside, the wide receiver. I believe that was Davis that had a nice block and gives Jerkowski some room to get upfield.
Gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Referee still conversing on where the ball should be spotted.
They're looking to see if it's
see if they want to go to measurement. Yeah, it'll be 2nd down.
It looks awful close.
It might have been depending on where he stepped out of bounds. 2:34 in the first quarter. Score 3-0 Orchard Park. Van Zel makes the handoff, and that one is dropped again by Sean Davis.
Boy, they're lucky that doesn't get picked off. And he does catch the ball, but it stays up in the air long enough. And man, if that gets picked off there on a 3rd, it was 2nd and 1.
Davis having a tough time getting the ball in his hands. He's got 7 touchdowns this year. He leads the team in receptions, yards.
And again, they're going to line up in that 3 wideouts and only one in backfield. It was 2nd and 1. Now it's 3rd one.
Overload to the right side. There's a snap to give up to Phillips, and he's got some room and moves it up the field and gets up towards midfield to the 46.
That's kind of what I was getting at. I think that could have been the play you call on 2nd down, because 2nd and 1, and they throw the football that time. They give it to him, and he just, nice job by the offensive line. Nice move to cut back in. That's a good look at it. That's a good move. Safety comes over and he doesn't make a tackle.
Phillips, a gain of 20 on the play. It'll be a 1st down for Lancaster at the 46. Once again, overload to the right side. There's the snap. Phillips gets it again, rumbles the forward, pushes the pile, and gets up to Orchard Park territory inside the 48, a gain of 7.
You're right. He just gets in right in behind his big offensive tackle there and just follows him right through.
Phillips gets it again, and it looks like he's around the 45. He's just about a yard short, so it'll be 3rd and 1 now for Lancaster.
Yeah, when you got Cole Roberts in front of you, you know he's 6'4", 255 pounds.
Substitutions for Orchard Park. Now they're going to stack it. Lancaster continuing that overload right. They're 2 of 3 on 3rd down so far tonight. So far this season, 48.5% on 3rd down. Phillips gets it again and gets the first down. We're seeing some old school football for Lancaster on this drive.
Yeah, that's a call right there. They just they pull out the guard. He comes across at number 52 right there. He gets a nice seal-off block. And I kind of like their game, what they're playing here. They're not giving Pataki room to keep on coming and blitzing and stuff.
It's a fumble. What a recovery by Orchard Park, coming around the edge. And Orchard Park, another big turnover.
Yeah, I was just going to say they weren't giving him a chance. They weren't throwing the football, so they weren't giving him a chance to put the pressure on the quarterback. But that time they do, and that's big number 20 that comes up there with the hit. That's Fowler, Brad Fowler, coming off in the right defensive end. Yeah, the quarterback didn't even see him. Boy, he gets around and comes in, and not only does he get the quarterback and cause the fumble, he jumps on top of it.
Brad Fowler at 6'6" and 215 pounds. He's a menace on that edge, and he showed it right there. So now Orchard Park gets a big stop at midfield, and it looks like Lancaster's pretty bad.
There's no doubt they came to play today, this defense, and they're going to bail out the offense on that one, and that's a loss of yardage on first down.
So it'll be a loss of 2, 2nd and 12, and that'll likely be the last play of the first quarter. Yeah, it looks like Orchard Park's going to let this one run. 2 big turnovers. The muffed punt by Davis inside the 15 of Lancaster, and now the strip sack at midfield. And with that, through 1 here at New Era Field, Orchard Park has a 3-0 lead over the 3-time defending champion Lancaster Legends. Lars Lewis and Mark Collins here on Spectrum News. Second quarter coming up right after this.
Shay's Intimate 710 Theater presents Irma Bombeck's At Wit's End, starring columnist Pam Sherman, following sold-out runs in Denver and Rochester. Ends this Sunday. For tickets, 800-745-3000 or shays.org.
Is your porch safe? Fall is the time to finally get done. Don't wait until spring and pay more. Buy now and save on a virtually maintenance-free porch from the Vinyl Outlet. Trust and best, curb appeal, value, and most importantly, safety. Let the Vinyl Outlet transform your home. Call 675-0800. That's 675-0800. From traditional to colonial porches, we build them all. Large savings and special financing available now.
Let us transform your home.
At Isaac, our people are the difference.
I'm Nicole, and my team will get you the service that you need.
I'm Andrew, and my team will provide the right solutions for your home comfort needs.
I'm Troy, highly trained to install your equipment and describe everything we did.
I'm Andrea, and I can help you find the right protection plan.
We're Isaac, over 400 strong to improve the quality of your life. This fall, get a Rheem high-efficiency furnace for just $99 a month with no interest for 36 months. Call or visit isaacheating.com today.
Spectrum News loves being out in the community. We love hearing from all of you. That makes a big difference. You can connect with more people that way.
The community is us because we're part of the community. So if a story matters to our viewers, it's going to matter to me. And there's a lot of things Spectrum News can learn by just being out there and talking to people, what matters to them, what's important to them, and what they want to hear about.
This is community. This is Spectrum News, exclusively on Spectrum.
Shay's Intimate 710 Theater presents Irma Bombeck's At Wit's End, starring columnist Pam Sherman, following sold-out runs in Denver and Rochester. Ends this Sunday. For tickets, 800-745-3000 or shays.org.
The rights to this broadcast have been granted by Section 6, representing more than 90 senior high schools who participate annually in Section 6-sponsored athletic competition. Any rebroadcast or republication of this programming without the written consent of Section 6 and Spectrum News is strictly prohibited. Lars Lewis, Mark Collins here, Section 6 championship game. Orchard Park a 3-0 lead. First play of the second quarter, Sharp's going to go to the right, and it's a bit of a delayed route, and it was overthrown. Intended for Tristan Lancaster, number 4.
Yeah, he had a step on his defensive back there, and Sharp tried to put it out and have him run underneath it, but there's a look at the first quarter stats. Pretty even game, as you said. It's kind of like a heavyweight. They're, feeling each other out, and 3 points. They're only scoring that first quarter.
Yeah, the most important thing that's not shown on that is the 2 turnovers that Lancaster's committed. Full house now for OP, and there's a snap. Sharp looking to the left, and that one is caught.
Oh, he's out of bounds.
Incomplete.
Yeah. What he did there, he slid and his feet went out. His feet went out of bounds before the ball got to him. He could have maybe just stopped and maybe come down with the catch there. That's a good call by the referee.
Ball intended for Johnny Lander. 8 touchdowns. He averages 16.4 yards per catch. That'll be incomplete, and Lancaster gets away with their turnover.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, 2 of them. It hasn't cost him.
Yeah, the first one was only a field goal. Punt is away by Chad Gloss, takes a bounce, and Orchard Park will retrieve it at the 21-yard line, and that's where Lancaster will start their next drive. Lancaster this season, they average 34 points a game. So far, it's been a goose egg in the first quarter for them.
Yeah, this is right here. This is an important drive. I mean, they need to put some plays together, move the chains.
Yeah, because it seems like right around midfield, Orchard Park's been able to stop them. Fulcinetti shifts to his right. Manziel back to throw. Manziel to the right side, nice catch. Looks to be right near the first down, a gain of 8 on the play. That one was retrieved by Nick Castellana, who is going to play for Niagara baseball next year.
Yeah, there's a good look at it right there. Plenty of room. And trying to be watched, covered by the linebacker, Rapini that time.
Phillips. Actually, it's Fulcinetti, and he gets tackled around the 30-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1. Fulcinetti this season, 51 carries, 331 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So now it'll be 3rd down coming up in about 2.
Yeah, big down right here.
Surprised to see Phillips out there for this. He's been running it really well so far in this game. 5 wide receivers, empty backfield. Let's see if they'll send Pataki in a blitz.
This is where you look for him. He makes big plays when they need it.
Manziel looks to his left, and that one is broken up and incomplete. Great play by Johnny Lander to bust up the throw.
Yeah, and Lander almost had a chance of picking that one off and going all the way down to the end zone. Manziel doesn't get enough on the pass. He didn't get it out there. Like I said, good break by the defensive back there.
It looked to be thrown a little bit inside. I think if that was aimed more towards the sidelines, it would have been a catch. So Manziel back to punt. Liberatore waits for it. That one goes off the 47-yard line, and that's where it'll end.
Boy, that was awful close. Fowler came in there, Bradley Fowler. He almost blocked that punt.
So at 10:37 left here in the second quarter, Orchard Park gets it back, and
yeah, nice field position too. I mean, both teams.
It's kind of like we're back where we started.
Yeah, both teams they've had good opportunities. They get the ball here right at the 50, almost the 50-yard line, and
you'd have to think the weather's playing some sort of a factor here.
Well, sometimes
them not moving the ball as well. Off up the middle. Look at these moves by Kulikowski, and he gets a gain of 11 and a first down for the Quakers. He is certainly running the ball very strongly.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen him play 3 or 4 times this year, and he's definitely, he's just solid. He's a solid football player. He's not real flashy or whatever, but you give him the ball, and right now he's got 8 carries for 33 yards. And I said coming into this one, I think he is. If they want to move on, win this game, go on to playoffs, I think he's going to be one of the key guys. He's got to run the football.
Kulikowski averages 5 yards a carry this season. Now he's going to come out of the backfield and make the catch before he's brought down. Gain of 4 on the play. Tackle there by Dan Empfield, also their long snapper for Lancaster. And it'll be 2nd and 6.
And there he just shows that, not only he runs the football, and Sharp has a lot of weapons. I mean, everyone in this offense is capable, and he looks and he'll throw who is ever open.
One man in the backfield, trips to the right. Sharp looks towards the sideline. Lancaster looks like they're showing blitz. There's a snap to give up to the left side of Kulikowski. He's got those quick feet. Manages to give him a couple yards of first down before he's tackled. 3rd and short now.
I think that's what they're doing. They're letting, it's a late change of the play. They're looking at the defense, seeing how they're lining up, and they're using the running play more than they usually do, and I think it's the right thing to do here.
Well, for the most part, it's been a lot of difficulty catching the ball throughout the first half, and seemed to be the right decisions here to run the ball as Kulikowski is continuing to push that pile. Another first down, still on his feet before he's finally tackled at the 27, close to the 28.
That was a late whistle.
I know, we were kind of just waiting. We're like, okay, when's the play over?
There's a look. You don't see that offensive set very often for Orchard Park. That was we had a lovely backfield. Look at that play right there. You can't do that. You can't grab someone and tackle them when you're an offensive lineman.
Well, Orchard Park does average 133 yards per game on the ground, so it's not like they're no stranger to running it. But, as we know, they're primarily a passing team. Nice draw play there by Sharp, and he manages to get towards the 20. Kind of caught Lancaster by surprise there.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they're doing. They're looking, obviously. I mean, you're coming into this game, you're watching a lot of tape. You're scouting a lot of the games that they're playing before, and they see something, and they've changed their offensive game plan a little bit from what I see here. They're, starting to run the ball a little bit more, and then that's when you're running the ball, and then your pass becomes more effective.
Belly's in motion. There's a snap. Sharp going to roll to his left. He's in trouble. Finally flings it, and that one is way out of play. And nice throwaway by Sharp. Really nothing was there. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, you see him right there shaking his head a little bit. He's kind of like, no one was open. I had to get rid of the football. And that's tough too when you roll to your left. He's a right-handed quarterback, and no one was really getting open for him. And there's
it's tough. It's tough when you got to go against the grain and try to go, over your body.
It's a big down right here, though. 3rd and about 4.
3rd and a long 3. There's a man in motion. The snap and a give over to Kulikowski. Makes a nice move. It gets the first down. It stays on his feet and towards the 10-yard line. Kulikowski is running like a man possessed the second he touches that ball. The one thing, Mark, he's got such a burst the second he gets it.
Yeah, and like I said, that's what just the way he runs the ball. He's not real flashy, but he'll get the yards that
he's got
to get
feet
right there. Yeah, and they just didn't use him that much during the season, so they're probably not ready for it, Lancaster.
Oh, and they were ready for that one, though. It was going to be a design run. Lancaster was smart that time, was able to get to him. And it'll be a loss for Orchard Park, 2nd and long.
That's a good read.
Rob Vitalis on the tackle before many others got to him. So the first down mark is right around the 2.
That was a big play right there. Defense, because now it sets it up. So Orchard Park, they're probably going to look to have to throw the football and see if it brings some pressure.
Tight formation, man in motion is Liberatore. Sharp to the right, flings it over, nice catch there by Kulikowski, but he couldn't really get up the field, and he's tackled right at the line of scrimmage. And it'll be a 3rd and long.
He's playing a heck of a football game, but that was a good defensive play just to read that one. And yeah, I think that's the linebacker number 54 that gets out there to make that tackle.
Yeah, that's true. It is As part of that linebacking core that Lancaster has that has been very strong throughout this season.
With Jalonik, number 54, nice read. Jalonik.
And we have a timeout for Orchard Park. Jalonik normally plays on the defensive end. He got 32 tackles this year, 3 sacks. They kind of move him a little bit.
Yeah, and I think that's a good timeout right there because they're trying to figure it out a little bit here, what they're doing on defense.
Tune in to Spectrum News Sunday night at 7:30 for Buffalo End Zone. The only post-game show with highlights, locker room reaction from the team, and analysis. Join John Scott, Kevin Carroll, and Greg Borst for Buffalo End Zone every Sunday night at 7:30 on Spectrum News. Bills traveling to Cleveland this Sunday.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people from Buffalo that are traveling down to watch them play. A couple of my kids are going, and I'm like, it's going to be too cold for me.
I mean, if you think about it, it's only a 3-hour drive off to 90.
Yeah, and I have...
ain't too far.
Yeah, both my sons go to school at John Carroll University, which is right outside of Cleveland, so it's going to be a fun game to go to. And
I've been to Cleveland many times, and that stadium was built around the late 90s, but if you take a look at it, it still looks like it was built only like 5 years ago.
Yeah, it was nice. I saw in the paper there was an article on J.C. Treader. He's the offensive lineman for the Cleveland Browns. He went to Cornell University, and his dad was a teammate of mine in college. That's
really?
Nice to see, yeah. The Treader boys. They were big boys. I mean, dad was like 6'4", 250.
Well, if you play for a team called the Big Red, you're going to have to be big. If I look next year, you don't seem all that.
And
big.
the article is like, who's he going to be rooting for? His home team or Cleveland?
So 3rd and 15 right now. 5 wide receivers, empty backfield. Sharp's going to look to his left. He's going to go for the end zone. It's a jump ball and a nice deflection. Isaiah Littleton in on the play.
He's trying to go to Lander, but I don't know if I like that play call right there because that's a tough pass from the middle of the field all the way to the corner of the end zone. See right here, Sharp just lets it go. He's well covered. That's good defense. Lander gets a shot.
He did get his hands on it, but Littleton had great position. He didn't give him a full view of the ball.
So now they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, it looks to be a little bit outside the range of Hollander. That the one that was kicked, the ball was at the 10. This one's at the 16. Sharp slings it over the middle, and it's incomplete. And Lancaster, a big stand on defense, is getting the ball back.
Yeah, now, we were watching the offense move the football when they were handing it off. And then they said they throw a couple passes. And this one, he's got 3 guys. He's not open.
Didn't have a chance from the start.
No, he was not open.
It is tough to run the ball if you got a 3rd and 13.
Yeah, he was looking for his number 1 receiver, Liberatore, but he was well covered.
So with that, Lancaster gets the ball back. 5:47 here in the first half. And in motion, Manziel back to work, and we do have a whistle, and it's a timeout for the Legends. Manziel and Lancaster so far haven't put up any points yet here in the first half. It's been that big turnover that happened earlier in the game where Lancaster was driving the ball and Cody Phillips was rumbling forward. And then that big strip sack by Brad Fowler turned the whole thing around against them. But they haven't given up any points.
I mean, if you're Lancaster, you're sitting there saying, listen, we turned it, especially when they go in at halftime, they're going to say, look, we turned the ball over a couple times and, we're still up 3-0. That's the head coach. You don't see that too often, right?
Up in the catwalk. Yeah. Well, it is a large stadium. It takes a lot more to look at.
It's a good view from up there, no doubt about it. He's sending all the information down to the sideline.
Yeah, we can see directly across from us here in the broadcast booth. They are all alone. It's like 3 amongst a sea of thousands of empty seats. Ball goes to the left side, and that one is deflected and incomplete. Good play there once again. Johnny Lander in on the act.
Yeah, it goes both ways. He almost picks that one off. And Mansell throws, he puts it up there where his receiver can go get it, but he was well covered on that one. And look at it, it's just a little.
Ball was not in a bad spot.
No, it's a little shot to the sideline.
Pretty similar to that play with Littleton on the throw that Orchard Park tried for the end on a third down. 2nd and 10 now for Lancaster. There's a snap. Mansell looks to the left, fakes the screen, goes left, and that one is broken up again. And this time it's Jake Schul. Leads the team with 8 pass breakups and make it 9. Another nice play for the Quakers in the secondary.
Yeah, he's one of the captains on the team. I'll tell you, that's a great play right there. He wasn't worried about intercepting. He was going, and he takes the man out. Man ball, you go for both of them, and that's a great play. He just sells out, gets over there, and that's how the safety, he's coming over top. That's a nice job by him to get over there and help out the quarterback.
3rd and 10 right now. Mansell got to be a little bit frustrated. He hasn't been able to push the ball the way he usually does.
Yeah, this is a big down because if Orchard Park can stop him here, field position is going to be key. They'll be punting out of their own end zone.
Phillips in the backfield. He's going to pass protect. Mansell's going to look to the right, and that one is dropped. Orchard Park might have gotten a hand on it. Looks to be Chad Gloss.
He might have got a hand on it. I think the receiver actually just kind of stopped on the pattern because he thought he was going to get hit there.
Ball was intended for Jerkowski. And with that, Mansell's got a punt again.
And that's how I said, they're going to be punting from their own end zone now. And
Liberatore is going to be back to retrieve it. He's around the 44.
He's pretty dangerous too. And this one, if you catch this one and even get a slight return, you're in good field position.
Great retrieval by Mansell on the low snap, and it takes a Lancaster bounce all the way towards the 40. That is a big punt for Lancaster. Switches the field position. What could have been really dangerous for the Legends. Now they got a bit of room to work with.
And watch what he does here. It's a low snap. That's a great job to pick up the ball. But he kicks the ball, and he's kicking it where he knows Liberatore's not going to be able to get to. That was an unbelievable play. I mean, it just turned the whole field. It just turned the whole field around there. And there's he's talking to his head coach. I mean, you don't think about it, but that punt could be one of the biggest plays in the first half here.
I'll tell you what, you saw the way he retrieved that ball. His brother also plays baseball at Brockport, so you probably know you got to get your butt down. You got to make sure you get the bounce.
But he
run up the middle, and Lancaster had that well scouted.
Yeah, he flipped the field on that one. There's no question about it.
That's probably the biggest play of the game, I think,
yeah,
so far outside the field goal.
If you think of one, because Orchard Park, if they catch the punt, and they could have been inside their 40-yard line. And now they're.
And a big stick by Enfield in the backfield. Enfield's had a really strong game on defense. We talked about Mahoney, of course, Matt Marsh, but Enfield's actually been probably the best linebacker out of the 3 so far. 2nd and 10 after the no gain. Trip wide receivers to the right. Sharp looks to his right. Ball is low, and that one is dropped by Liberatore, but it wasn't exactly a great toss.
Yeah, he just doesn't look like he's on target tonight for some reason. I mean, he's usually right on target, and he spreads the ball around, and he moves this offense, but for some reason tonight, he's been a little bit off.
Got to be tough to feel the ball when you can't feel your fingers. I got gloves on, and I still can't feel my hands. 4:32 here in the first half. 3rd and 10 right now for Orchard Park. Score still 3-0. Once again, trip wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Kulikowski shifts to the left of Sharp. Sharp over the middle, and that one is incomplete. Ball intended for Mancabelli.
Yeah,
and another 3 and out for Orchard Park.
Yeah, and you see Jack Sharp, he had to get rid of that ball a little sooner than he wanted to because there was some heat coming in. They were putting the pressure on him. That's number 52 right there.
Yeah, that's Matt Marshner.
Yeah, Matt Marshner comes. Watch right here. And Jack Sharp, he had to get rid of that. When you see he gets hit pretty good after.
Well, that might have been interference on Lancaster there. But the punt away by Chad Gloss, and that one is retrieved by Davis at the 35-yard line. And it seems like, well, it seems, Mark, ball can't get outside the 30s at this rate.
Yeah, you know, you just look at the score. It's only 3-0. You know, the crowd's like, hey, I want to get my money's worth here. But this is the type of game you're probably going to see from these two teams. You know, especially when it gets to the, you know, you're in the playoffs. You don't want to make mistakes. You know, both the defenses are both playing really well. No one's really come up with a big play yet, and you just got to keep at it.
I mean, at this rate, you might see it open up in the second half. But again, even though that the wind is calm, like it's so cold outside, it's tough for these guys to play the same way normally.
I think you're right. I think it's affecting the passing game a little bit for both teams. That had to be. I don't think they got it off in time. I think, yeah.
It might be delay a game on Lancaster. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, you can't afford to do that.
A dead ball foul.
First down.
Delay of game. Offense. Repeat first down.
Yeah, that'll drop him 5 yards to the 30. 4:22 left here in the second quarter. Still 3-0 Orchard Park. Now 5 wide receivers. Empty backfield for Manziel. There's the snap. Manziel 3-step drop, steps up from the pressure, rolls to his right. Manziel's going to tuck it and run, and he breaks off a couple of tackles. Nice spin-a-rama towards the 44. And a solid gain up towards the 44-yard line. A gain of 13 on the run. It'll get him to 2nd and short.
Talk about selling out. Huh? He's not a real big kid. He just takes a hit right there and just keeps on running. Great individual effort.
Hand off to Phillips, and he's got a bit of a seam on the left side before he's tackled. And he looks to have just enough for the first down before Piratano brought him down. Now let's see if Lancaster goes back to Phillips. So far he's been the only guy that's been able to amount some sort of offense for Lancaster in this half. 3.5 and counting. Quad receivers out there. Manziel, 3-step drop, looks to the right. Nice throw, and that one is caught somehow.
Yeah, that's a dangerous pass. I mean, he's throwing from the...
Yeah, he was throwing from the left side of the field all the way to the right sideline.
Right, and he didn't get a lot on the pass, too. He's fortunate because the defensive player was in a position to step in there. Yeah, you see, it looked like the defense player was almost like the offensive guy, like he's catching the ball.
Tell you what, that is a heck of a throw from that vantage point.
That's a little dangerous.
Gloss was barreling in on Castellano. Phillips up the middle on the draw, and gets a gain of about 2 on the play.
I don't know if they're going to call it down.
Say.
I think the referee might call it down.
Yeah, it looks to be down by contact. Orchard Park was saying that they had the fumble. We'll see what the referee's going to get together.
They're talking about it. Tough to see from way up here, but it did look like he was.
And they're saying it's Orchard Park ball.
Wow, they got together and did a little conference call there, and
because the referee initially said down by contact.
From where, like I said, from our angle, it looked like he was down before the ball popped out. But that's why you don't give up on plays, and you got to give them credit to Orchard Park. They just hung in there. Watch right here, though. So he gets hit. Yeah,
he's on top of his own lineman.
His forward progress might have stopped, but he wasn't down on the ground yet, and that's it. That's the right call. Watch right here. You're right. He lands on top of his own player, so his knees don't touch, and the ball comes out right there. It's loose.
It's a heck of a call by the officials right there.
A heck of a job by our camera crew to get that one.
Well done, boys. So now Orchard Park, that is now 3 turnovers in the first half for Lancaster. That is now 7 so far in the last 6 quarters against the Quakers. Flag is down on the play. Kulikowski's got nowhere to go, and he is wrapped up and hammered by Santos, La Rosa, and plenty of others.
I'll tell you what, this Lancaster team has come to play. His defense has been all over the football field.
Same as Orchard Park's defense as well. Well, let's see what the flag is. It looks like they're going to decline it. It is going to go against Orchard Park. But at that rate, you're going to take the net loss.
I think it was an illegal formation.
Offense. Penalty is declined. Second down.
So an illegal shift on Orchard Park, but Lancaster will decline it and take the loss of 2 and have it be 2nd and 12. 2:29 here in the first half and counting. Orchard Park still leading 3-0, and despite 3 turnovers, Lancaster is committed. They still only trail by a field goal.
It might come back to get you, though. There's no doubt about it. Giving Orchard Park more possessions to make plays.
And it looks like we'll have a timeout for the Quakers nearing the 2-minute mark here in the first half as Jack Sharp will talk with Coach Dana and the others.
Yeah, I was kind of just looking at Jack Sharp before they called that timeout, and he just kind of looked like he was, a little confused about what was coming from the sideline. And this is really an important time right now for him because they have not moved the ball that well at all. And there's only 2 minutes left here before halftime. And, like I said, with the turnovers that they've had from Lancaster, hope he's lucky.
Tune in to Spectrum News Sunday night at 7:30 for Buffalo End Zone, the only post-game show with highlights, locker room reaction from the team, and analysis. Join John Scott, Kevin Carroll, and Greg Vorse for Buffalo End Zone every Sunday night at 7:30 on Spectrum News. Big game for Buffalo this week against Cleveland. If they do win, and they end up becoming 7-2, it increases their playoff chances up to around 88%. If they lose, it's down to about 56, so that's a big game for them this Sunday.
Yeah, I'm trying to plan on, I think the one game would be the December 29th. They play here in Buffalo, and I love it. It's against Miami. So the Miami players don't like coming to Buffalo in December.
Well, actually, I think they played. That game is actually going to be in Miami this year because they did play in Buffalo a couple weeks ago. Normally, they do have the home game in Buffalo later in the year.
That's a big down right here. They took a timeout for a reason to call one, and let's see what they come up with.
2nd and 12. Sharp, the handoff to Kulikowski, dances to the right, and he has nowhere to go. Initially sniffed out by Sean Davis before he had some friends with him. And that'll be a no gain on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
I mean, Lancaster's doing a great job stuffing the run here. I'm surprised that Orchard Park is. I said that it's nice to have balance, but I'm surprised that they have thrown the ball a little bit more than they have here in the first half. It must be just the weather's, it's chilly down there, no doubt. And
3rd down and 12 now for the Quakers. Tight formation, one in the backfield. Sharp on a low snap. Got some time, clean pocket, looks to his left. That one's caught by Machiavelli, and he stumbles, and he gets around the 44, around the 45-yard line. And it'll be 4th down, and I believe 6. Big decision here for Orchard Park. They're right around midfield. The defense has forced 2 turnovers.
Yeah, again, though, I think what they're doing, Lancaster, is they're getting back deep enough to let the routes that they're running underneath, they're giving them those because they just don't want to pick up the 1st down.
Well, it looks like they're going to punt it away as Gloss gets an end over end towards 19, and it's retrieved by Sean Davis at the 19, and Lancaster's got $1.07 to be able to move the ball. They have 2 timeouts remaining, but Orchard Park has slammed the door essentially every time they tried to move it up past midfield.
Yeah, but on the other side of the coin is that, if you're Lancaster, you go in at halftime and you have not, Orchard Park is used to scoring a lot of points. Some of the games this year, they scored over 40 points. You have them at 0 going into halftime.
Oh, the minute 7, you never know. Wilder stuff has happened between these two teams, especially in the last game. Manziel looks to his left, gets hit as he thrown, and that one is bobbled and caught. But Jerkowski was cut off at the pass the second he caught it. Not a big gain there, and the clock is going to tick down.
Yeah, he's being covered by Pataki, and he just comes in there. Oh boy, he almost juggles that. He comes down with the catch, but they lost yardage.
Yeah, this will likely be the last play of the half, the way they're letting the clock run, even with 2 timeouts. That's going to be a handoff up the middle. And solid gain on the play up around the 26-yard line by Fulcinetti. And that'll likely end the first half. 13 seconds. And it looks like that will be the last play of the half.
And who would have thought that would be the score at halftime? 3-0. Both these teams coming in here scoring a lot of points during the season, but it's been a defensive battle.
Yeah, it's been a struggle. Craig Davis Quakers, the lone score of this game has been a Tom Hollander field goal, his first one of the entire season, and it comes off a turnover on the first punt of the game as the 3-time defending champions. Lancaster right there, wondering what happened here in the first half. We'll talk about the first half and then some coming up next here on Spectrum News. This has been the Section 6 championship game. Orchard Park up 3-0 at Lancaster. Lars Lewis and Mark Collins halftime report coming up right after this.
They said it could be done, but I will do it.
Russell Jumps America.
This is a piece of cake, or should I say steak.
Attempting the impossible, from the U.S. Capitol to Lady Liberty.
Me fear death? Never.
Watch as the world collectively holds its breath.
Be my guest, and let us do the rest.
We buy silver, we buy gold, we buy your jewelry when it's old.
The kiosk is open Saturday at 10 a.m. Paying serious cash for your old gold, coins, jewelry, whatever has value. Come to the kiosk Saturday 10 until 3 for instant cash now.
Got some coins, make the dash. Bring your watches, we pay cash.
See you Saturday.
You'll light candles with strangers the day you arrive, and extinguish them with lifelong friends the day you leave this place. A place that will transform your life, inside and outside the classroom. A place where you'll learn to care about each other, and about others you never imagined caring about. A place where people help you believe in yourself. For 160 years, St. Bonaventure University has helped good students become great people.
In a world where every path is unique, we believe the best in digital infrastructure can transform healthcare in places like Cleveland and Honolulu. Dazzle spectators on Broadway and the silver screens of LA. A simple belief that every fiber-lit building fuels the industry in all of us. Let's turn the promise of technology into digital progress. Together, Spectrum Enterprise.
High school Friday night matchup is sponsored by St. Bonaventure University, ranked by U.S. News and World Report as the #1 university for value in New York and #2 in the North. 3-0 here at New Era Field as Orchard Park has the lone points of the game against the 3-time defending champions and the Lancaster Legends here for the Section 6 championship game. It has been a war of attrition on offense and certainly a bludgeoning on defense. Lars Lewis here along with Mark Collins. Mark, we talk about the first half. It was a defensive struggle. Lancaster committed 3 turnovers, and one of them resulted in the only points of the game.
Yeah, we talked about one of the keys of the game being turnovers, and you think if you turn it over 3 times, the other team's going to go in the locker room with a big lead, and it's 3-0. That's a baseball score.
That's right. And with that, the weather has certainly wreaked a lot of havoc. Even though it's not windy, it's not snowy, the weather itself being around in the high 20s, very unusual around this time in November. It has certainly caused a lot of problems for the passing game on both Lancaster and Orchard Park.
Yeah, no question. It's just, you know, You see them, they usually throw the ball all over the place, Orchard Park, but really struggled in the first half. Defense, both teams did really well, though.
Indeed. Jack Sharp and Jason Manziel, two of among the best quarterbacks in all of Western New York, certainly had their share of struggles in the first half, Mark. And the one thing about it is that both these guys, such great passers, we haven't seen a lot of runs lately between both of them.
Yeah,
the guys who've done the most damage have been Cody Phillips and also a couple of the running backs for Orchard Park as well.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, both these quarterbacks are usually making big plays. But you know what? If you go into the halftime, it's 3-0. You come out second half, I mean, it's anyone's ball game.
Yeah, indeed. And we'll have the highlights coming up for you right after this. Orchard Park leading 3-0 over Lancaster. Plenty more coming up right after this on Spectrum News. This is the Section 6 Championship.
Over the years, thousands and thousands of people throughout Western New York have come to discover firsthand about Extreme Discount Mattress.
We've been in business for 40 years at Restaurant Lombardo. And one of the main reasons we've been here is because we take good care of our customers. I send my family to Extreme Discount Mattress for the same reason. And if I'll recommend Extreme Discount Mattresses to my family, I'll recommend them to anybody.
We sell mattresses for less, a lot less.
Are you holding back smiling because of fear, pain, or embarrassment? Don't hold back any longer. You can have the bad removed and a new set of teeth in place in as little as 1 hour while you sleep with sedation. Call now for a free consultation and discuss your options, including in-house financing. If you're living in serious pain or fear and want to be done with it all, sleep through your makeover and wake up with a new smile. Call us now at 64-4090.
The phone company is ripping off business owners every month with hidden fees and sneaky surcharges. See for yourself.
Verizon's taking me for an extra $25 in taxes and fees per line. That's not okay.
AT&T got me with a cost assessment charge.
CenturyLink stuck me with an extra $40 in taxes and fees per line.
Frontier snuck in an extended area service charge. Not cool.
Spectrum Business is different because the price you see is the price you pay. Just $19.99 a month when bundled. Call 844-997-0577. $19.99. That's all you'll pay.
At that price, I could cut my phone bill in half.
Bundle Spectrum Business Voice with 200 meg internet. No added phone taxes, no hidden fees, no contracts. Stop getting ripped off. Call Spectrum Business today. 844-997-0577.
Back here at New Era Field, Orchard Park leading 3-0 over the Lancaster Legends here in the Section 6 Championship game. Lars Lewis along with Mark Collins joining you back here again for the halftime. Mark, we're going to take a look at some of the highlights throughout the first half. Even though it was a 3-0 game, a lot of big plays happened throughout that half to ensure that Orchard Park had a 3-0 lead going into the locker room.
Yeah, one turnover, you know, they turned it into a field goal, and that was the only point scored all game. But, you know, when you turn the ball over 3 times, you're lucky that the other team isn't up by 21 points.
Indeed. And let's take a look at some of the turnovers and, of course, the lone field goal. We started off with the first punt of the game by Orchard Park, and Sean Davis right here muffs it, and it cost him dearly.
Yeah, you get a good look at it right there. He just doesn't catch it and it pops out. But Orchard Park, they didn't get in the end zone, but there's the field goal that they got, and so they took advantage of that, and that's the only point scored in the first half. So, like I said, the turnovers really hurt. Here's another look. That's Fowler coming off the edge there. He creates a fumble, but unfortunately for Orchard Park, they can't capitalize and get in the end zone.
Yeah, they got stuck at midfield for a lot of these turnovers. Right here, Cody Phillips lands on his lineman, and the ball gets stripped out and recovered by Orchard Park. And once again, they couldn't take advantage of it. And here's a nice play right here by Orchard Park. Again, another deflection. And their secondary was all over the place in the first half.
Yeah, you can look at it here. Both defenses played really well. And you see Lancaster, they were all over the run, man. They shut that one down. But again, with 3 turnovers, oh boy, if you're only down by 3 points, I'm a coach in the halftime. I'm happy about that.
Indeed. And with that, we'll bring you the first half stats coming up right after this, and then we'll get back to game action in the second half. Orchard Park leading 3-0 over the three-time defending champion Lancaster Legends here on Spectrum News. This is the Section 6 Championship.
Need life insurance? Select Quote found Jacob 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And Select Quote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
Our secret? At SelectQuote, we aggressively comparison shop up to 10 highly rated companies to find you the company with the best rates. Why pay more? Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Come on, come on, come on, Big Russ. Give me the Big Russ. Come on, come on, come on. Oh!
Big Russ, Big Russ, Big Russ. Oh, come on!
Come on, Big Russ. Thanks, Russ.
Where would you like to have dinner tonight? So be my guest and let us do the rest.
Attention shoppers! Black Friday has been replaced. What? Black Friday is now Gold Friday at the showroom on Union. What? Save hundreds, even thousands during our Gold Friday sale. 50% off every Friday in November. 50 off gold chains, 50 off bracelets, earrings, and gold necklaces. If it's gold, it's 50% off. And every Friday in November, it's Gold Friday at the showroom on Union. Nobody has our selection, and nobody saves you more on solid gold jewelry. See you Friday.
Are you a college sports fanatic? We can relate. That's why Spectrum lets you watch ESPN on any mobile or connected device throughout your home with the Spectrum TV app. Don't miss any of the best college action. There are plenty of ways to watch on your phone, tablet, computer, Xbox, and Roku. Watch live, on demand, with the Spectrum TV app. Watch all your favorite college teams on all your devices with Spectrum TV and ESPN.
Back here, New Era Field, Orchard Park leading 3-0 over the three-time defending champion Lancaster Legends here on Spectrum News. It's the Section 6 Championship game. And we're going to give you the first half stats coming up in just a little bit. Lars Lewis along with Mark Collins. We take a look here, Mark. Lancaster, Orchard Park, both teams pretty even in yards, even in first down. Third down conversions haven't been much of a factor. But you look at the turnovers, 3 turnovers for Lancaster. They now have 7 in the last 6 quarters against Orchard Park.
Yeah, but when you look at it, you look at 3 turnovers and only had the ball for 9 minutes and 30 seconds. And they're only down 3 points. So you got to be, like I said, if you're in that locker room for Lancaster, you got to be pumping your guys up saying, look, it's 3-0, and we turned the ball over 3 times. Let's go in the second half and get it done.
Indeed, I know that Coach Craig Dana for Orchard Park has to be pretty frustrated knowing the fact that he's gotten 3 turnovers within either midfield or inside Lancaster territory, and all they have right now is 3 points going into the second half, Mark.
Yeah, I don't think, Jack Sharp on the offense, I don't think they got it going yet. He's usually throwing the ball to a lot of different receivers and they get moving on offense, but in this first half, they were running the ball better than they were throwing it.
Yeah, that was true. We'll see what happens here in the second half. Might see a lot more running between both of these teams, or, anything can happen between these two. Orchard Park leading 3-0 here in the Section 6 Championship game. We'll have the out-of-town scores after this here on Spectrum News. This is the Section 6 Championship. High school Friday night matchup is sponsored by St. Bonaventure University, ranked by U.S. News & World Report as the #1 university for value in New York and #2 in the North.
Massenberg for 3, in and out, but a follow slam from Rage! Your 2019 Mid-American Conference Tournament champions, the Buffalo Bulls. And history again for the Bulls from Cleveland. 87-73, UB beats Bowling Green, and they're headed to the dance again.
We're still dancing, man, right here.
With growing fans and capacity crowds, be sure to commit to your tickets today.
If you're concerned about debt, Consumer Credit Counseling Service of Buffalo may be able to help you.
We actually did an online survey, and then
Within a few hours, we had somebody on the phone, and they were going through everything with us, and it was easy. It was just so the process was simple. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. The staff were very courteous. They helped us through it all, and if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be where we are today.
Call or visit for more information. CCCS, your money mentors.
The Veterans Day sales event is happening at Metro Mattress. Save up to $600 on a Tempur-Pedic mattress and adjustable base with body-conforming support and cool-to-touch comfort. Save on any size Tempur Breeze, LuxeDapt, ProAdapt, Ergo, and Ergo Extend. Discover why Tempur-Pedic is the most highly recommended bed in America. Find the lowest prices on the mattress of your dreams with free white glove delivery and setup. Nobody deserves a better night's sleep than a veteran.
Get a great start on tomorrow, tonight.
Buffalo can't get enough football, neither can we. Join us Sunday nights at 7:30 after the game for Buffalo End Zone. We'll be reviewing the plays you may or may not want to see again, providing post-game stats and analysis and player and coach interviews, all with our 40-plus years of combined insight. You don't want to miss it. Buffalo End Zone, Sundays at 7:30.
Exclusively on Spectrum.
Well, we're just about ready to start the second half. Orchard Park leading 3-0 over Lancaster here in the Section 6 championship game. Lars Lewis along with Mark Collins. And let's take a look at some of the out-of-town scores for the Section 6 championships. Maritime won their game over Albion 34-20 in the Class B final. And coming up tomorrow, we have Clymer, Sherman, Panama taking on Franklinville and Ellicottville. That's the Class D final at noon tomorrow. And then also on Spectrum News tomorrow afternoon, McKinley taking on South Park. A battle of the undefeated. It's the first time ever two Buffalo public schools are playing in the Class A title. And the Class C championship, Southwestern takes on Wilson. That'll be at 6:30 tomorrow.
And congratulations to Maritime and their head coach, Henry Parker. Nice win for them, and I watched a little of that game, and they look good.
Well, I got a little treat for you, Mark. Take a look right here.
Oh no!
look at that mug.
That's
look at all that hair.
Yeah, I'm looking like a mean free safety. There's no doubt about it. But,
that's on the Finger Lakes Times out of Fredonia. That's July 30th, 1982. That's a day before my birthday, even though I was born in 1991. 1982. Man, what was it like to?
Yeah,
what was it like to live in ages that long ago?
Yeah, that was back when they had the camp down in Fredonia.
So what was it like to be in that camp? So that's around the early 80s when like Joe Cribbs was Joe Cribbs still on the team?
Yeah, Cribbs was the back. Joe Ferguson was the quarterback, and that was quite an experience, no doubt about it. I came out from a small school, but had an opportunity to go down, and as I always tell everyone, my father said that was the best summer job you ever had.
Now,
he was an attorney and wanted me to go to law school, and I wanted to play in the NFL.
Well, someone went to law school. Now, Hobart, is that the Statesman, right?
Yeah, and it's a small school, it's a Division III, but there's been a couple guys came out that went to the pros, and I was telling you today, a teammate of mine, Bobby Treader, his son is the one, J.C. Treader, that went to Cornell and now is playing with the Cleveland Browns. So, sometimes you go to small schools and you can get an opportunity. And back then, they didn't have the rosters weren't as big back then though too. So it was tough. They didn't have the practice squads. They didn't have things like that. But like I said, great experience back in the day, and I kind of convinced my boys to all play lacrosse, though, because you could beat up playing football. I've had 9 surgeries. And so.
Well, I would say that I did actually end up playing one year for a lacrosse club team in my high school, and I tell you what, that's a tough game.
Yeah, but it's not as tough.
You can get hurt playing football, but you don't know what it's like to get hit with a lacrosse ball at a very fast speed. And we take a look at the running back matchup. Cody Phillips and Stephen Kulikowski. Eight carries for 45 yards for Cody Phillips.
Yeah,
but that one fumble near the end of the half.
Yeah, and I thought that they could have ran maybe him a little bit more, but even Kulikowski, he had 53 yards, and they were moving the ball, but then we look up, it's 3-0. And as I said, if you go into the locker room and you're only down 3-0 after turning the ball over 3 times, you have to come out here in the second half with, a whole new life. I mean, Lancaster could be down literally by 14 points.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if throughout this second half there's going to be a lot of running, a lot of ground game.
Yeah, and that may be, what they're looking at when they went in half, because it looked like both teams were having trouble throwing the football, and it might be just because of the weather. And there's Hollander, his kickoffs averaging 44 yards, 2 touchbacks. But yeah, it might be just that it's cold enough that the passing game isn't working. But I still think they're both going to look to that, and you watch, and someone will make a big play here in the second half. Both these teams are capable. And I don't think Jack Sharp is done quite yet. He can make big plays.
Hollander kicks it away, and we're underway here to start the second half. And that's a great the ball's on the ground again, and it's recovered by the Quakers. Davis coughed the ball up.
And that's his second fumble of this game, and the one was on the punt. And this one, I mean, you talk about the opening kickoff of the second. You see his teammate trying to keep his head up, and that's a nice gesture right there. But boy, oh boy, that is a big turnover. Watch right here. It looks like he's got a lot of room, and boy, I don't know who came in. I didn't see the number, but
there's Jake Jewell right there recovering it.
I think he saw that gap and thought, I'm going to get through there, and I'm going to break this one for a touchdown.
It looked like he had that
he did have a lot of room.
So now with that, Orchard Park again gets the ball to start the half, and the ball goes to the right side. Caught there by Machiavelli, makes a move, and that ball's on the ground too, but it looks like he got the ball back.
Yeah, he's putting up, the referee put his hand up, second down, and maybe that's another thing today. I mean, when it's cold out there, you got to hang on to that football. And it's a little tougher when it's this kind of weather, but you got to really, that's sometimes when you got to wrap it with both, you just can't carry it with one hand when you're getting tackled when it's cold down there.
Yeah, it's tough hanging it high and tight when you can't feel your hand. So it's a gain of 7 even after that. 2nd and 3 now coming up for Orchard Park. Sharp, empty backfield.
I'm surprised Liberatore has not caught a pass all game so far, and Sharp trying to run that one.
And it looks like he got the first down. He's going to be right at the sticks. And the referee from the side looks like he is going to label him a yard short. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, when you see the quarterback, Jack Sharp, down, when you look, it looks like he's got a hat on underneath his helmet. That's how cold it looks like it's down there. And you see that? I mean, you don't usually see that guy with that type of look.
It looks like the it looks like the Mark Kelso Kazoo helmet back in the early 90s.
Big down right here.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Quad wide receiver. There's one in the backfield. There's the snap. Give over to the left side of Kwiatkowski. Makes a nice jab step. Gets the first down. Tries to find more. And he's brought down at the 20.
He's been the spark plug for him on the offense. That's a nice run right there. He's patient when he gets the ball. Like I said, he's not real flashy, but he goes north and south. Good look right there. A little stutter step. Gets to the outside. Hang on to that football.
Very Le'Veon Bell-esque. Just waits for the blocker to get in front of him and makes the move from there. And we have a whistle. I think it's going to be a false start.
That looked like off. I don't know. That might have been offside on Lancaster from what I saw. It looks like the defense.
Dead ball foul. Legal motion.
Oh, legal motion. You're right on that.
Offense. Repeat first down.
That's why he drew off. He drew the Lancaster player offsides when on that legal motion. And that hurts right there. They were moving the ball, and they're in the red zone, and now they move it back another 5 yards.
See, Coach Dane is smart. He's got that winter hat on. He's got to be feeling pretty warm. He's got gloves, and players out there, they're not as lucky. I mean, those helmets probably keep them pretty warm, but man, those hands are the first ones to get cold. And we have another flag.
Boy, oh boy, if that's on Orchard Park, we're going to move them back another 5 yards, and that's will be 1st and 20.
before the penalty. Charge timeout, Orchard Park.
Yeah, they said before the penalty, didn't he? Charge timeout to Orchard Park. But they're just not hitting on all cylinders. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they just...
Even with the turnover, it just seems like they're kind of stuck in mud.
Yeah, and seeing them, like I said, I've caught like three or four games this year, and their offense, I mean, they've just been, they come out and they move the chains and they score points, and this has just been not a good showing for the offense here so far. They just don't seem like they're just, I mean, they had a lot of penalties. They're just not playing like they usually do.
Well, you look at the points per game. Orchard Park is averaging 35.6 points per game, and Lancaster's 34.1.
And as I said, I mean, you talk about he has 4 or 5 receivers, Jack Sharp, that he throws to him. And Peter Liberatore, I mean, we haven't even called his name, and, he's usually catching 7-8 passes a game. And
he's had a couple of targets throughout this game, but a couple of those passes, as we saw, Sharp just wasn't able to get it towards him. So with that, 1st and 15 after the timeout. Sharp's got Kulikowski in the backfield. He's got Liberatore in motion. He goes into the slot. Sharp looks to his left, escapes the pressure, throws over the left side, and it's caught. Ball gets right towards the 20-yard line before the tackle, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Ball caught there by Kulikowski, the running back.
And he gets the 5 back, but here they just put the pressure on him. He steps up in the pocket.
Again, another low throw.
Yeah. But he hasn't been able to get the ball to the 3 receivers that he's been throwing to all year long. He doesn't usually throw it to his tailback.
Yeah, Johnny Lander's been very quiet throughout this game. Really good on defense. Hasn't had much in the passing game.
Lancaster and Liberatore, neither one of them.
Nice throw over the middle, and just like that, Orchard Park finally breaks through and caught by Bartolotti.
And that was the other name, Bartolotti. As I said, he has 4 or 5 receivers. He's been using them all year long. And that time that pass is thrown a little bit behind him. Nice job to bring that one down, and now they're knocking on the door.
He did find that soft spot in coverage. There's the fake handoff, and it was well scouted by Lancaster. Nice play right there by Cody Phillips.
That was a great play by Phillips. He did not get fooled on that. Jack Sharp sticks the ball in, pulls it back out, and he had nothing to do with that. And he sacks him, and then...
Like, this is a huge possession for Orchard Park. This has been the first time they've been inside the 10 since the second series of the game.
Yeah, as I said, with the 3 turnovers that they had in the first half, if they don't score here, they can afford to try and kick another field goal.
2nd and goal now for Orchard Park. Kulikowski gets next to Sharp. There's the snap. Kulikowski, nowhere to go. He's trying to get away, and it looks like he's not going to get away. He manages to get it close to the line of scrimmage before a couple of Legends swarm in on him, and it'll be 3rd down at the 11.
And I'll tell you what, they're doing a really nice job from the sidelines. Lancaster calling the defensive plays. He grabbed the face mask on the defensive player, but Lancaster has been coming after the football.
Once again, Dan Enfield gets into the back. 33 tackles, 1 sack. The seniors had a big game for Lancaster defensively.
Yeah, it just seems like they know what their Orchard Park is running, and they're reacting to it.
Sharp looks to his right, now goes to his left, rolling pocket. Sharp gonna find a spot, and it's there, and it looks like he's short by about a yard.
And that's Machiavelli, his tailback, that comes out and gets downfield. And what a great job by Jack Sharp, though, right? He just saves himself some time. He's in the pocket. He doesn't panic, too. And, they put pressure on him to make him come out of the pocket, and he throws a strike.
Orchard Park trying to rush up to the line of scrimmage. It's a sneak in the big boy formation. Let's see, did he get it? Yes, he did! Touchdown, Quakers!
And you see the relief on the head coach. It's like, oh, thank God we got in there, because they said all the opportunities they've had tonight, and they finally go down. It hasn't been easy, but They do get over the goal line. And
was kind of surprised Lancaster didn't try to call a timeout there with how fast that Orchard Park was trying to get the play off. So Hollander for the extra point. The kick is up. And it is good, and he remains perfect. So Orchard Park gets the all-important touchdown, and they make 10-0. As Devon Mann played a big role in that touchdown. Let's take a look.
There's a look at it. Great offensive line getting the push right there and moving the defense off and giving.
Yeah, that's Aiden Haley giving the push to Sharp right there and a couple others. Looks to be also Jalen Askin as well, one of the defensive tackles.
Yeah, credit definitely goes to the offensive line. And you're right, they called a quick play there, and it just looked like Lancaster wasn't quite ready for it.
That's what you call the big boy formation, when you get the lineman behind the quarterback, and there's the run by Sharp.
9 plays, 34 yards. And the big thing is, too, they take 5 more minutes off the clock. So it's only 6 left here in the third quarter, and Lancaster is yet to get on the scoreboard.
Right, and however many drives that either team is going to have for the rest of this game, how many times are they going to get inside the 20?
Yeah,
that touchdown could decide the game the way the flow has been going. Hollander gets away. It's a high kick. It's a little bit short. Ball retrieved by Sean Davis. He makes a man miss. No, he's got the team. Davis goes to the left side. He can go all the way. Touchdown Lancaster. Davis singing Bob Marley's redemption song. He gets the score, and Lancaster's back in the game.
And how about that for a kid that fumbled the punt and then had his second fumble? He keeps his head in the game, takes that kick, and that's just not the first one he almost broke. Remember the other one he took, but that one he said, I'm going all the way to the house. And boy, you just got to give him a lot of credit. Didn't put his head down. Remember, his teammates were trying to keep him up after he turned that ball over. How about that?
Well, we talked about it at halftime that it could have potentially opened up in the second half, and it has in a big way. 2 touchdowns in a span of 6 seconds. And with that, Fulcinetti ready for the extra point. The kick is up. And it is good. And just like that, Lancaster's got it back to 3.
How quick did the emotions turn, right? The Orchard Park, all the fans were jumping up and down, and next thing you know, and like I said, got to give him a lot of credit, because he's already, he's coughed up 2 today, and he said, you know what, I'm taking this one to the house, and that is just a great, and give his teammates a lot of credit for opening up those seams. He's had a lot of room to go, and he just seems to have a knack for taking kickoffs and knows when to hit that hole. Boy, he just got to the outside, and you ain't catching him.
Well, as we saw at the start, watch this. He slapped away the one guy, and he saw that seam, and he knew he had green in front of him. Took it all the way.
Just like I
that
said,
first return to start the half, it looked like he had that same exact seam, and someone punched the ball loose.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. So he knows what he's doing when he's
returning
returning
kicks. Eric Rupp's now on the Lancaster sideline. Has to like what he saw there.
Come back down. Yeah, I think he said, you know what, I can get down on the sideline. There's no doubt about it.
Well, yeah, if your team scores 0 points in the first half,
nice to have your head coach
change it up a little bit.
Nice to have your head coach down on the sideline, especially like that. You get a kid that runs that one back. You're the head coach. You want to say, hey, congratulations. Especially like I said, after he turned the ball over a couple times. It's impressive.
I have to apologize for that extra point. It was actually Clark Whiteside. Now, I remember back in October 11th, Whiteside during pregame was kicking field goals, but they ended up going to Fulcinetti for that game, so Whiteside's getting his chance today. Like during warm-ups in that game in Lancaster, he was hitting field goals from over 40 yards.
And how about the Lancaster fan base? They're into this game now.
But Fulcinetti handles the kickoff duties. That ball is retrieved at the 15. Liberatore gets it all the way up to the 35 before he's tackled. And now Mark, we got a football game now.
Exactly. Yeah, I was hoping for that, because they said at halftime it's 3-0. It's a baseball score.
It takes a lot to try to come up for a halftime report for 3-0.
But I think when you have 2 teams like this, they know each other pretty well. They played once. They played once already this season. there's a lot of, what are they doing, what kind of plays they running, and a lot of back and forth, and now it's game on.
So here we go, first down at the 35. 5 wide receivers, empty backfield for Sharp. Sharp looks to his left. That one is caught. It looks to be a gain of 5 on the play. And it's caught by Liberatore. Finally gets a catch.
Yeah, get him into the flow here.
Now, man, Mark, everything's picked up now. Now we're seeing what we were expecting at the start of this game.
And sometimes, like I said, when you have two teams that know each other, they're just kind of like, it's a little bit of a chess match, and let's see what they're doing and how we're going to respond, and now it's wide open.
Sharp fakes to the right, goes to the left. Oh, he's in trouble by Enfield, and he escapes him, and he leaps past the first down. Enfield had him in his grasp, and Sharp was able to escape.
And that's one thing about this kid, boy, he does not give up. And they had some pressure coming on him. They get him to the outside. He's still looking downfield. He breaks that one right there. He said jumps across and see if he gets, he's a little short on it, so it's going to be third down now.
So they did rule him out of bounds a couple yards before I thought he did. He was on the far side of the field. Sharp's going to take it himself, and it looks like Lancaster was able to stuff him about a yard short.
This is going to be
nice
a big
play by Santos La Rosa again.
It's going to be a big call right here. I mean, it's the 44-yard line. It's a little risky, but are they going to go for it or are they going to kick it off? I think they might go for it on this one.
Yeah, let's take a look right here. La Rosa gets the initial tackle, and then he gets help from Pedraza, the sophomore defensive tackle.
Well, he's not going to take the chance. I think he's going to kick it.
3-point lead. Points have been at a premium. I think I think punting is the smarter decision.
Actually,
but it looks like they're going to be in a bunch formation. They're going to go for it, and let's see where they spot it. It looks like they have it. Ball's at the 45-yard line. Boy, that took some guts on that call by Coach Dana.
Yeah, I just had a feeling they were going to do it because they're just kind of like they're going to ride the wave now. They get the touchdown, they get the the emotion and the momentum going, and let's give it a shot. I mean,
that was the same exact call from the touchdown.
Right, it's either win or go home, and he has obviously a lot of confidence in his offensive line because they did move it earlier, and that.
Yeah, once again, that was the big boy formation.
Yeah.
And now they're back to the spread.
Other thing, he's getting his quarterback into the flow too.
Sharp. Oh, he's in trouble. He's going to roll to his left, gets it away, and it's incomplete.
That's a smart play to get rid of that football.
That looks like Bartolotti was in the area, so it's not intentional grounding.
No, and that would have been a big loss. So he gets rid of it, which is a smart thing to do. Boy, give this Lancaster team credit. They're pinning it back and getting after him too. They almost sack him in the backfield.
Yeah, that's Pedraza again, the sophomore defensive tackle. He's really turned it up here in the second half. Sharp going to take it himself. Manages to get up the field. He escapes a couple of tackles, and he is swallowed up there by Littleton. But not after a gain of 5 on the play. It'll be third down and 5 coming up.
Yeah, and he should have been tackled right about the line of scrimmage and showed his ability to avoid the tacklers and picks up some good yardage on that one. Makes it third and about 5. Now it's manageable.
Keep an eye on Macabelli's. Had a couple of big plays on the last drive. They're 4 of 13 on third down so far tonight. Sharp looks to his left. The one read gets it there, and it's not going to get there.
Not going to get there. He didn't. You got to run. I mean, if you're looking for a first down, you got to run behind the marker. You can't cut it off that short, and that's Pete Liberatore. He just runs a little out pattern, but not long enough to pick up a first down.
I wouldn't be surprised here if they punt this one. About a 4th and 3. I know you're on the plus side of the field, but it's a little tougher to run the sort of play that you did before.
Well, and this is 4th and 3. This isn't 4th and 1 like it was last time.
Well, looks like they're going to go for it again.
He's trying to dry him all sides. Yeah, they're not going to run the play, I think.
Yeah, they look to the sideline, and finally.
Yeah, I think that's the right thing right there.
Orchard Park flinches.
You know, you got a little bit of momentum going here, but that's fourth. And if you don't pick up the first down, you're giving Lancaster the ball with half a field to go. And I think you rely on punting it, getting them down, let your defense come out now. They're going to be a little more revved up. And
I think it's the smarter play. 4th and 1, I would say that, yeah, you can take your chances, but 4th and 3, you got the lead.
Yeah, you're up 10-7. But the other thing is, if you don't pick it up, the momentum goes back to Lancaster.
Yeah, you want to keep the lead.
Yeah, you punt and then you
want to make them earn it.
Yeah, you punt it and you say, okay, defense, go out there, go.
Yeah, because the lone score by Lancaster has been that return by Sean Davis. Other than that, their offense has been flat.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't done much of anything in this game.
Yeah, in Orchard Park, I mean, it's a good defensive team. We have not really called Mike Pataki's name that much tonight because the rest of the defensive players have been making plays. But, like I said, when you got a kid like him, I'm punting the ball and let my defense get out there. So yeah, they're going to punt it. That's I think that's definitely the right move. And you don't want the momentum to swing back, and that's how it. If you get stuffed on a 4th down.
So it'll be 4th down, 2 to go, and they'll be punted away by Gloss, and he absolutely shanked it.
Oh boy. And you can see he got his head down after that one because that was only about a 15-yard punt.
It kind of does give the momentum back to Lancaster, but
yeah, you see him right there.
15 yards, though, even though it wasn't that great of a punt, 15 yards could determine one big play or a big negative play. You just got to take it. You got to take the result and trust your defense. So 1st and 10 for Lancaster at the 34-yard line. Tight formation, man in motion. There's the snap, the give over to the middle. And Orchard Park was not fooled on that play. Nice tackle by Cross-Rapini. 6'1", 210 sophomore. Seen a lot of young kids on these championship teams.
Yeah, there was, earlier in the season, Orchard Park had some of the players, some guys were getting hurt, and they had to bring in some young guys, and they really filled those spots. 6 solo tackles, 23 assists.
Yeah, and Askin played a big role in that touchdown that Orchard Park had, getting behind Sharp. So 2nd and 9 after a gain of 1 for Lancaster. Spread formation. Manziel is going to take it himself and takes the run and looks to get around the 38. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down coming up for the Legends.
Yeah, he was looking for his quick slant pattern, and it was well covered, so he had to tuck it and run. And now this is a big down for both teams. Lancaster needs a big 3rd down to pick it up 1st down, and if you're Orchard Park, you want to get your offense back out there.
Ball spotted at the 39. Manziel. Nice pass over to the left side, and that's going to be a 1st down. Nice catch by Castellana.
That was a big play right there. Remember that one. There was 2 minutes left on that. That was a big 3rd down because now it gives you a little more momentum. You're getting the defense sitting there. They're getting a little rest on the sideline. And Mansell, he's played a lot of football, and he's pretty settled in back there when it's a tough situation. There's the ball,
he's going to go deep. He's got a man open, and it's caught. Castellana again.
That's what I'm just saying about Manziel. He's played a lot of football, and he doesn't get he doesn't get shook up back there. He just kind of hangs in there, and there he is. He's the leader of this team. There's no doubt about it. He makes some big plays, and that was the biggest one of the night for him.
No huddle. There's a snap. Cincinnati gets the handoff, and he gets tackled before he's able to get it up the field. Let's take a look at this last throw, Mark. Look at the poise on this.
Yeah, he sits in the pocket, and nice pattern right up seam. He's open, gets behind the free safety, and his quarterback delivers, puts it on the money, and that's a big-time play. They have to come up with some points right here, and most likely, you know, the touchdown is really what they need, because you can't really count on a field goal, so they want to get to the goal line and get in.
Mansell guns it over the middle.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Lancaster. Dominic Fulcinetti gets his 4th touchdown of the year, and Lancaster takes the lead for the first time tonight.
How about that, huh? How about Mansell? He just 2 big plays.
Although it looks like Fulcinetti's hurt on the play.
Yeah, he looks like he did.
It looks like to be his elbow or forearm.
That's all right. He'll be all right after that big catch. And there's the head guy. There's their leader on the offensive side of the football.
So Clark Whiteside for the point after the kick is up. And it is good as Whiteside puts him up by 4. And Lancaster gets 2 quick touchdowns here in the 3rd quarter, and now have a 14-10 lead.
And here we go again. These 2 teams, boy, they just battle it out. Last time it was 21-20 when it was all said and done, and right now it's 14-10. And
you see some of the fans talking junk to some of the Orchard Park side.
Yeah, because Orchard Park was all, you know, they were all jumping around, and
What a throw.
And what a catch. You know, he was well covered. That's Scholl right there. He had the guy well covered. That's just how you go out and get the football. And there's Mansell after he threw it.
Boy, he made 3 huge throws. The one on 3rd down to hit Castellana for the 1st down.
Yeah, that was the big
And then deep ball to Castellana right after that. 6 plays, 66 yards, 211. Fulcinetti with the touchdown catch.
But that's what he's been doing all year long. I mean, he said both these quarterbacks, these teams are so similar. I mean, Sharp at quarterback, Mansell for Lancaster. They can, they're dual athletes. They can run the football. They can throw the football. They got a lot of receivers, and they showed it on that drive right there, both teams.
If you manage to stick with us throughout a rather lackluster first half, you have been rewarded. This has been a chaotic 3rd quarter.
That's what I was hoping to see, because that's what both these teams are capable of. It. Their offenses are really, they score a lot of points during the season, and now it's going to come back, I think, down to the defense.
Little squib kick by Lancaster, retrieved by Orchard Park, and they're going to get good field position to start as the ball gets pushed up to the 41-yard line, and that's where Jack Sharp will go back and work.
Yeah, when you think about it, like I said, when you go into the locker room and you're 3 turnovers and you're down 3-0, and now look at it, you're up 14-10. That's what I said. You're in the locker room saying, we're only down 3-0. We turned it over 3 times. Let's go out and play our kind of football.
Oh, that's how fast the game can change.
Yeah.
All it takes is that one play, and Davis was the one that sparked them with the kickoff return for a touchdown. Crowd is back alive for the 3-time defending champs, and now Sharp. And we have a whistle and a flag.
I think that's going to be on Orchard Park again, and that's not the first time it's happened. And it looks like it's more just on their formation and how they're lining up.
Might be an illegal shift.
False start.
That's a false start.
Offense.
Pre-snap penalty is really hurting Dana's Quakers. Coach Rupp's trying to get his contingent fired up. Ever since he hit the sideline, it's been a totally different half for Lancaster.
And I like that. I mean, especially, as I said, if I'm a head coach, I want to be down on the sideline, like when your guy comes off the field, you're getting a high five. And
normally coordinators would be up on top to be able to see more. So 1st and 15, Sharp. Sharp's in trouble. He's got to feel the pressure. Got him. Throw to Liberatore, and he's going down the sideline. He's tackled at the 17. What a throw by Sharp, and Liberatore is showing up and showing out here in the 2nd half.
Yeah, now this is what we expected to see out of the Quakers and out of the Lancaster Legends. These 2 teams, boy, they're fun to watch. And there you see Jack Sharp. He stays in the pocket, and he gets forced out of the pocket, but he finds his #1 guy, not just the #1. That's his #1 receiver, and he's got to get him more involved.
Lancaster shifting around. There's the snap. Sharp fakes the handoff. Going to take himself up the middle, and he is brought down by a couple of Lancaster defenders. Looks to be Sean Davis and Santos La Rosa in on the tackle.
Yeah, and he's gonna run that. He's gonna call that play because he's gonna keep them. You know, he's keeping the linebackers and everyone. They're staying in there. They got to watch for him. They can't live up, and so it also opens a little bit for his passing game, and so you can start to feel it now. Orchard Park is starting to get back into some rhythm.
3 wide receivers out to the left, 1 man to the right. Kulikowski in the backfield. He's going to shift over to the left. Nice throw to left side, caught by Mancabelli, and he manages to escape a tackle and gain about 3 or 4 yards. And that's a big play, because what would have been 3rd and 5 is now going to be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, that's call play right there. Especially, I said, when he rolls to his left, he's right-handed. He knows that that's the receiver he's looking for, because he's not throwing it too far down the field, and you can kind of still get it out there. And now you see the different. I just see the different look on Jack Sharp's face, because in the first quarter he was kind of like, but now it's he's got that look like, all right, here we go, let's go.
Well, we'll take one last, before we go to break, let's take one last look. Well, actually, with that, we'll get to that right after this. We're through 3 quarters, people. Orchard Park knocking on the door, trying to retake the lead. Lancaster up 14-10 here in the Section 6 championship game. We'll be right back here on Spectrum News.
You'll light candles with strangers the day you arrive, and extinguish them with lifelong friends the day you leave this place. A place that will transform your life, inside and outside the classroom. A place where you'll learn to care about each other, and about others you never imagined caring about. A place where people help you believe in yourself. For 160 years, St. Bonaventure University has helped good students become great people.
Welcome to America's favorite game show.
Steak or no steak?
You'll won $500,000. Or keep playing for the grand prize.
I'll keep playing?
Number 1 or number 2?
I'll take number 2.
We have a winner. Steak for life at Russell's.
This is the most amazing day of my life.
Where will you be having dinner tonight?
Russell's, of course.
Be my guest and let us do the rest.
In a world where every path is unique, we believe the best in digital infrastructure can transform healthcare with connected hospitals in places like Cleveland and support better patient outcomes in Honolulu. We believe today's digital campuses can empower students with greater insight in Charlotte and inspire a new way of learning in St. Louis. We believe a powerful digital connection can dazzle spectators on Broadway and enhance the movie experience in theaters in LA. A simple belief that every fiber-lit building fuels the industry in all of us. Let's turn the promise of technology into digital progress together. Spectrum Enterprise.
More time.
Spectrum News.
14-10 the score. Lancaster's leading Orchard Park here in the Section 6 championship game. And it is getting colder by the minute. Lars Lewis here along with Mark Collins. We just checked the temperature. It's down to 23. And we are shivering here. The window is open.
Yeah, but the game is heating up. The game is heating up. And there we go.
There's actually a fumble that Lancaster recovers.
Are you kidding me? I mean, this is...
The one time we got to look at our bunks.
But you know, the first half, 3-0, this is what we've been waiting for, and it's on now. This is a football game. And these are the kind of games that, you do the championships, and some of them you can remember because of how exciting they were. This could be one of the best second halves I've seen in a long, long time.
Well, we'll see if we'll get what happened there as we were looking at the camera. So with that, a big turnover. Lancaster gets the ball now at the 10. That's the first turnover Orchard Park has had in this game. Mansell back to throw. He's got a lob one over the middle. Oh, great defensive play.
That's it. Yeah, I like that. No call on that one. You know, they say you're supposed to turn your head around and see the ball.
Well, let's take a look at the play that happened there. It looks like the ball is fumbled. It's hard to tell exactly when the ball came out.
Can you imagine that on the 10-yard line too? And that could have been their go-ahead touchdown. It looks like.
I want to see, did that ball come out before his knee hit the turf?
That's a tough one to see. A lot of bodies in there. But boy, that was a big-time turnover because they were knocking on the door to go in and take the lead, Orchard Park, and they turn it over.
It was tough to tell from that angle when exactly the ball came out of Sharp's hand. A little screen pass to Fulcinetti over the middle, but Orchard Park was able to get it in time. Let's see, it might be close to the first down.
I think he does get the first down, and that's a big-time play because I was going to say, well, yeah, that's a first down. They're moving the chains because without the first down, you know, Orchard Park would have got the ball back, and it'd be okay because they'd still have good field position. But there's a look, just a little swing pattern, kind of like a screen, and nice call, nice execution by the offense.
Manziel gonna go deep over the middle. That one is just beyond the reach of Castellana. All he needed was one step, and he might have had 6.
And I'm telling you, when you look at Mansell, he's not a real
Castellana shaking up.
He's not a real big kid, you know, but I'm telling you, he just knows how to play the game. I mean, that ball was perfectly thrown. Watch this right here. I mean, he just puts it right where his receiver. Oh, he got one hand on it. Couldn't come down.
It was just out of reach.
Maybe should have left his feet and stretched out and picked that one off and go down. But this kid, this kid's a competitor.
It is freezing right now. There's the snap. They give up the middle. Oh, nice hold there for Fulcinetti, and he's able to get towards the first down before he gets tackled at the 33. Fulcinetti started to turn it up here in the second half.
Yeah, they've really been calling his number, and that one is just, I don't know what Orchard Park they were doing on defense. It looked like everyone kind of stopped. They're just, you know, you see
blocking up on the front there.
Yeah, there was, I don't know where the linebackers, there's Scholl coming in for the hit.
And now there's Phillips. And he finally gets tripped up. A big tackle there by Liberatore.
Yeah, that was a big time because he gets to the outside. I don't think anyone else was there to catch him.
So with that, it's only a gain of 4. Liberatore is only 5'8" and 155, but he plays bigger than his size. 3 wide receivers out to the right. 2nd and 6. Fourth quarter just underway. A big turnover by Orchard Park inside the 10. Now has Lancaster marching the ball forward. Manziel to the right side. Caught there by Davis. And he gets a couple, maybe about 2 yards at most. It'll be 3rd and 4 coming up.
Boy, well, what's really I'm thinking is, where's Pataki been? We have not really called his.
Good point.
You know, I mean, they're obviously calling plays probably to, you know, run away from his.
There's been a lot on the outside, if you've noticed.
Because he has not really been involved in it. I only called his name maybe twice all game,
and one of them was when he shot the gap back in the first quarter, but he hasn't done much since.
No, and I think that, you know, the offensive play caller is trying to stay away from him. Here he comes this time on the blitz.
Blitz is picked up by Lancaster, plenty of time, and that one is dropped. And that is a big drop. Once again, Liberatore in on the coverage. Ball was intended for Dominic Fulcinetti.
Yeah, Liberatore plays both ways. He's definitely a good receiver, but he's showing that he can play on the defensive side of the ball. This is a big play right here. That was 3rd down.
And ball was on target.
Nice job just to get there. Make that tackle, and now they got to.
Looks like they're going to go to a punt formation. Now Liberatore is going to have to hustle back after making the defensive play. Nice punt there by Manziel. Liberatore retrieves it at the 32-yard line, makes a couple moves, and manages to get it up past the 40.
Yeah, but that's big. He caught that about almost at the 30-yard line, gets it up to the 40, and if he doesn't catch it, it bounces and goes down to the 20.
It's about a 20-yard swing right there in terms of where Orchard Park will start their next possession.
And now you're starting to see, there's number 1. Boy, he's starting to get involved on the defensive side of football, and now, you know, he's got a chance here on the offense. And Mansell goes to the sideline, and
Right now, we get 9 minutes to go, and it's
I
a
think
close one.
one thing with Liberatore, I think he's been the most important part of that offense so far in this game. Sharp looks to his right, nice, patient, and able to get the ball up the field for a first down and a nice spin. And a great play by Bartolotti again.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, though. That was Liberatore was lucky to get away with that one. He blocked the guy in the back right where his teammate was running by him, and no flag came out. Watch right here. Watch when he catches the ball. Jack Sharp's right there.
Yeah,
here,
right there. It clipped him.
Right
Looked like he clipped Mahoney right there. Sharp's going to sling it to the left, and a nice catch again by Bartolotti. He is finding his way open.
Now that's Jack Sharp. You know, that's the kind of kid you're used to seeing. He just, boy, he threw it. That was a dart. That's a tough pass coming out of the pocket. He's starting to get into the game. You can see the flow, and the offense is starting to move the football. Watch her. This is that's just a beautiful toss.
That's a laser.
Nice catch and staying in bounds.
Bartolotti, 32 catches, 360 yards, and 5 TDs in the regular season.
And that's another younger brother. That's Archie Bartolotti's younger brother.
So 2nd and 1 after a gain of 9. Sharp looks to the left, quick pass to the left, and that's going to be a first down again. Kulikowski off the bubble screen.
They're in that hurry-up mode on offense, and I think you look at Lancaster, they're walking back to the line of scrimmage. So Orchard Park right now, the offense is taking it to them.
8:45 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Even with the turnover inside the 10, Orchard Park once again getting towards the red zone of Lancaster. Lancaster couldn't take advantage of the turnover.
They're coming.
Sharp has got a roll of his left. He's in trouble and manages to get it out of bounds. And they want to call intentional grounding, but Liberatore was in the area.
Yeah, and you see the whole coaching staff. They're jumping around on the sideline. But boy, I like the call by the defensive coordinator. He said, we're bringing it this time, and he brings everyone off the line of scrimmage. 2 of the linebackers were coming, and Sharp did not have any time to get rid of the football.
There's Coach Rupp. Lancaster trying to win their 4th straight Section 6 championship at the expense of the Quakers. Orchard Park hasn't won since 2015. These two teams have represented the Section 6 the last 4 years.
Off the corner again. He read that well.
And Sharp gets a first down, manages to get through the middle, and gets it towards the red zone.
And that's where you see a savvy senior quarterback. He saw that blitz coming off the corner, and he just tucked it and ran and got himself a watch right here. They had a lot of pressure coming, and once he breaks that line of scrimmage, he's already in the secondary.
So now Craig Dana's Quakers getting closer. 8 minutes to go. Sharp finds a soft spot. It's another few yards out of the pass. Looks to be a gain of 3. Ball caught there by Kulikowski. Clock continuing to tick along. Won't be many drives left in this game at this rate. Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, this could be the drive that decides this game right here. They're down by 4. They got to score a touchdown.
Sharp rolls to his left. Good protection. Slings it over towards the sidelines, and it's incomplete. Out of the hands of Bartolotti.
He was trying to make sure he kept his feet in bounds there, and it kind of just took a little bit of his concentration off the ball. Watch right here. He's trying to he's trying to make sure he gets his feet down.
And momentum just takes him away from the ball.
You got to get, if anything, you got to get rid of that ball a little sooner and give him a little more room to work with. This is a big down right here.
3rd and 8 now.
Let's see what the defense does. I'm seeing if they bring some pressure.
Well, they got 6 at the line of scrimmage. They rush 4. Nice pass over the middle, and the ball is at the 2-yard line. Great read by Sharp. He caught the 2 linebackers cheating up and found the soft spot. And Lander finally gets into the game.
And just, you just see how calm and collective Jack Sharp is in the pocket. He throws that ball right on the money, and there's a touchdown.
And right there, Orchard Park takes back the lead on the touchdown.
And guess who?
Jack Sharp.
Yeah, he deserves it. He gets a thumbs up on that one. He's definitely the leader of this team, and he just does not quit. And that's a heck of a drive right there to go down and put his team up 16-14. Let's see. They're going to go for 2. They're going to go for 2.
It looks like they're going to go for the extra point.
No, they're going to go for the...
They're going to put it in Hollander's leg to go up 3. Snap, hold, the kick is up. And it is good. Hollander's come up huge for Orchard Park in this game.
That's a tough decision right there. Probably the right one. Go up by 3. So if anything, if they kick a field goal, it's a tie game. So
and one thing with Orchard Park, Hollander again has not missed an extra point all season.
And how about this though? Now it's like the first half, the fans didn't have much to cheer about.
There's one kid without a shirt on, and you might want to question that kid's sanity, how cold it is down there. Let's take a look at this run.
There's a look at it. And that's he grabbed by the face mask there too, but that's the quarterback. That's not the fullback.
He is going into the teeth of the Lancaster defense. Like, you got 3 of them among their best players, all their linebackers.
Yeah, I just say this guy, he's been playing quarterback. I mean, I watched him when he was in the Little League, and he's been playing for a long time. He's been to quarterback camps, and he's put the time in. And he's not going to back down. He runs the ball. It's been a great both teams. Mansell's he's been really good tonight too. And there's a look at it: 10 plays, 59 yards.
2 minutes and 36 seconds. Didn't take him that long. 7 minutes and 2 seconds. Hold on, folks. You don't want to leave your couch, because, man, this has been a wild ride here in the second half. And Davis trying to find that seam in the middle again. And he does get it back up to the 36.
Yeah, and that time you just want to make sure you protect the football, because he's good at finding that seam. And that's a nice place to get a start for his offense. And there's the head coach. He knows he's in for a battle here. This has been, as I said, it goes back to the years with Lenny Jankowitz on one sideline and Gene Tundle on the other, Orchard Park Lancaster. And now these young coaches are taking over.
6:57 remaining here in the 4th. Mansell to give over Phillips. And Phillips gets a gain of 6 on the play, a solid run.
Yeah, he's had a big game.
No huddle for Lancaster. Phillips gets it again, but this time Orchard Park manages to stack him up, but he continues to push the pile, and he gets within a yard of the first down.
That's going to be close, but I think it's going to be right about a yard short. 3rd and 1. I'm telling you, this play right here, this is a big play, because if they don't pick it up, are they going to go for it on 4th down or not?
6:13 and counting.
Let's see if Pataki can make a play. We haven't called his name that much tonight, but this is the time you're looking for it.
Phillips gets a hole and a first down. He continues to move it up the field, and he's brought down at the 44.
And he's been solid, and that time they gave it to him, and Pataki was trying to come up, and he was trying to hit that seam, but he misses out on it right there. You see number 7 coming up quick. And
that was a great seal by the line right there, able to spring Phillips through the middle. Phillips, 13 carries, 69 yards. It's been a tough 69 yards. Nice run up the middle again, but this time Orchard Park was up to the task. Pataki's trying to get his defense going. He's trying to rile them up. Phillips now comes out. 2nd and 9 now. He's going to line out wide to the left. There's Pataki.
Like I said, we haven't called his name, but he's the kind of kid who'll come up with a big play when you need it.
Empty backfield for Mansell. 3-man rush. He's going to go over the middle, and it's caught by Castellana again. Boy, has he come up huge here in the 4th.
And he's just saying, you know what, throw it up there, and I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go get it. I'm going to beat these boys in the backfield, and he has all night long. He just puts it up there, And he is sure-handed once he gets a touch of that football, he brings it in.
Manziel to Phillips, and he gets met at the line of scrimmage. Piratano in on the tackle. Not to say right now,
yeah,
Castellana could certainly be in the running for player of the game.
Yeah, and there's no doubt. If you're going to throw the ball down here, that's who I'm looking for because he's tough to cover. He's just sure-handed. He's a big body.
He played really well last time these two teams played. Manziel
that's who he's looking
rolls
for.
the pocket. Now he's trying to escape, and he gets whammed by Tyler Piratano again.
Yeah, Piratano's playing a heck of a game, but he was looking for his main guy that time, and they had him covered. And there's a look. You see him looking for him downfield, and
you notice right there, Pataki cut off the throw. That's a big play. Now it's 3rd and 11. Lancaster has to get into the end zone in order to get a first. Well, not against the first down. They just have to get a touchdown.
Well, sir. So this is where, right, if they don't get in, do they kick the field goal and try and tie it up?
Well, let's see how close they get, and they'll make that decision from there. Drakowski in motion. There's the snap. Manziel's going to go for the end zone, and that one is overthrown.
Yeah.
Intended for Castellano.
Yeah, and guess what? They had him triple covered. There were 3 Orchard Park defensive backs, a linebacker and 2 DBs. And that's the right call defensively, saying, look out. Number 12 is who he's going to. It's been his target all night. Look at that. There's 3 of them. Making sure he doesn't come up with it. So as they said, did they kick the field goal here?
Well, let's see what it looks like they're going to go for the field goal. Well, Clark Whiteside, here's your chance.
This could be game. You can either tie it up or Orchard Park gets the ball back with 3 minutes.
It'll be a 29-yard field goal from the right hash. Snap, placement, the kick is up.
It's good.
And it is good, and then some. What a boot there. And Lancaster ties the game.
You want to know how close that was of being blocked? That was Mike Pataki that came through there, and I can't believe he didn't get a piece of that. It looked like he was going to block it for sure. How about that? You talk about, see, there's Pataki right there. He almost... The guy that's holding the ball, he almost jumps on top of him.
Man, that was a missile. That ball was a bomb. Clark Whiteside, who didn't kick in the last game they played against each other.
That was one of the big keys, special teams. That's special teams. That's just not like punting and kicking off.
I remember seeing in the warm-ups all those weeks ago that he was practicing. He was making 4-yard field goals. He was hitting them on the roof of the Lancaster school.
Yeah, because in high school you just don't, you don't see it that often where they're gonna go for it right now. I mean, you talk about a pressure field goal, 3 minutes to go, you're down by 3.
29-yard field goal in very cold temperatures. 8 plays, 47 yards. Whiteside, the big 29-yard field goal.
This one looks...
You think Coach Rupp has been sitting on him all year just waiting for this chance?
That's what you love to see it, though. The coach put his faith in the kid and said, get out there and kick one, and he did. And this one looks like it might go to OT.
Volsonetti kicks it out of bounds, so they'll start at the 35.
Boy, but I tell you, you know what? It's only been a half, but this crowd is really, they've gotten their money's worth. This has been a fun game here in the second half to watch, and they are just going back and forth down here, and the coaches are excited.
Oh, this second half's been incredible.
He's saying, man, I'm glad he made that one. Because he was...
That's a lot of faith in kicker with that kind of pressure, with the championship on the line.
Exactly.
And that ball, it looked like Hauschka made that field goal.
And that's,
that had plenty of room. But with that, it's a tie game, 3:34 here in the fourth quarter. Pressure football. This is for the championship, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of this will play in Brockport next week. Sharp trying to get OP there. Pass over the middle, almost intercepted.
Yeah, that was a dangerous throw right there because he was trying to get Liberatore coming across, but the defensive player was in. Yeah, that's...
Santos La Rosa has made some big plays here in the second half.
He's played a heck of a ball game in that one, but he comes up with that. I see if Jack Sharp, if he doesn't have someone open, he'll tuck it and go. And that's, you got to be watching that if you're Lancaster.
Sharp, three-step drop. He faces the blitz, and the ball is loose, and it's a fumble, and it's recovered by Lancaster. And that was Santos La Rosa.
And I love the defensive coordinator making that call. They know that Jack Sharp's going to try to throw a quick pass on that down, and they come through, boy. And I said, look out, because he's coming right at you. And Jack Sharp.
That was Durkowski, actually, who forced the fumble and got the recovery. And now the whole game is swung. At first, it looked like it was La Rosa with how strong the game he has, but it was actually Ethan Durkowski.
And I love that defensive call. They're like, you know, they know Sharp's going to drop back and try and throw the football. So you know what? We're going to blitz him and see if we can get to him.
So now 3:23, the ball inside the 20, and a run up the middle for Phillips. Gets it to the 14, and Orchard Park only has one timeout left.
Right, so if Lancaster doesn't get into the end zone, guess who's going to be up against the field goal kicker?
That's right, it's going to be Clark Whiteside.
He could end up putting them up and winning this ball game.
A nice thing for a coach to have when you know you got a kicker as good as Whiteside has been today.
And after he made that one, so this is where you tell your quarterback, don't be getting too risky here. Yeah, they're just going to run the ball.
Phillips is going to take it again, gets it to the 10.
That's what they're doing. They're going to run the ball again, and they're going to say, look, we hope to pick up a first down and get a touchdown, but if not, we're in field goal range.
Who'd have thought in weather like this it'd be up to kickers to decide this game? Hollander's made a field goal. Big kick by Whiteside.
You can feel, just looking at the coach, you can feel the intensity on the sideline. He had that kick, he's watching his field goal, his kicker out there. It's good, we're tied up. Now the fumble, and they're back down again. Someone's hurt there from Lancaster. That's what they're...
It's hard to tell exactly who it is. Oh, no, he's tying his shoe.
Well, that's the old untie the shoe and untie it so you can get a breather.
Free timeout.
Big down, third down. They're going to stop him here and make him kick a field goal.
3 wide receivers out to the left. Wouldn't be surprised here if Manziel hands it off to Phillips again. You can hear a pin drop. There's Phillips, he's got a hole, and Phillips, he looks like he's got the first down.
He's definitely got the first down.
And that is a huge play because now Orchard Park only has one timeout left.
Right, and if they can run the ball and put it in the end zone after 2, maybe 3 snaps, it's going to be game over because they can't
stop the clock.
Yeah, they're almost... you can't stop the clock. They're going to run the clock down. You almost say, well, do you let them go in the end zone and we get the ball back on the kickoff?
Yeah, knowing the fact that you got Whiteside as the kicker, Lancaster wouldn't be in much of a rush to score.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're going to run a couple plays here, run the clock down.
Yeah, and look at how wide that middle is going to be on this play. There's a snap to give over to Phillips. And Phillips, does he have it?
No, I don't think he's in. I don't think
he might be short. At Orchard Park, you'd rather see him in the end zone.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You give him because look, the clock is still ticking.
Well, let's see right now. He does. Yeah, he gets tackled right around the 2. His knee touched around the 3. So the clock continuing to wind down. I'm surprised that Orchard Park hasn't called a timeout. Now they finally have.
Yeah, well, they let a lot of time run off the clock there. That was a tough call there. Do you try and stop them or let them get in the end zone and get the offense back out there? Because this may...
Yeah, this is a bad situation if you're Coach Dana.
Now you just have to say, you know what? I'm putting it up to my defense. We got to get one more. Let me see how many stops we got to get. It's second down, so we got to get 2 more stops.
You can pick a lot of players. Like for Lancaster, the best player on offense, you can pick a lot of different guys. It could be Phillips, it could be Castellana, it could be Manziel himself. Those have been the three guys that have done the most damage. Sean Davis had a return for a touchdown. It sparked the whole thing for Lancaster. So let's see what happens here. 54 seconds here in the fourth quarter. Lancaster on the doorstep of a potential four-peat.
If
they can put this in the end zone.
Right, if Orchard Park, you got to come up with, 2 stops and go into overtime. That's the way you're looking at it.
Well, you got to hope that
you got to stack
that
line.
Hope you can probably block field goal if they do attempt it. There's the snap, the handoff.
He's in.
Touchdown. And I think if you're Orchard Park, you'd rather have that happen because now you got a chance on offense to potentially tie the game. But with that, Lancaster with Cody Phillips, their bell cow running back throughout this game, has given Lancaster the lead.
And Cody Phillips, I mean, he was kind of a quiet, like, most valuable player. They were relying on him, and he was getting it done.
He's gotten the tough yards. Absolutely. Oh, and it's a botched snap, and Fulcinetti goes down. Couldn't get the extra point off. Whiteside didn't have a chance. And that is a big play because now Orchard Park scores.
If they score,
an extra point wins the game.
Exactly. It's only 50 seconds, so the odds aren't really
so here's the touchdown.
in their favor, but there's a touchdown. Just that offensive line. We didn't talk much about their offensive line. Orchard Park's offensive line we talked about, but Lancaster.
Kowalski, Behrens, Mahoney.
Yeah,
Marshner,
the offensive
Roberts.
linemen, they never get enough credit because but on a play like that, that's who gets the job done. They get that hole opened up, and that's a touchdown. But here we go.
What a wild turn of events.
It's been a great game.
It was once a 3-0 snoozer at halftime. It has now turned into all of this. It's been kickoff returns for touchdowns, big field goals, big passing plays. Everything you could possibly want in a football game has happened here in the second half.
And you'd never think that all that could happen in just one half, but it really, because the first half, 3 points, and then the second half, we see both these teams have done all year long. That's why they got here. That's why they got to the championship.
Now remember, the only 2 losses Lancaster has had has been by 1 point.
Yeah, don't say that, because this one could be right by 1 point, right?
I have to bring it up because this is a potential situation where if OP manages to score.
It is a tough situation for Orchard Park, though. They got to hit one thing. If they can get a big return here, they've got their guys back deep.
Fulcinetti, a little scoop kick up the middle. Won't go out of bounds this time. Oh, it's a little bit of a bobble by Orchard Park. And it's going to cost them a few yards.
Yeah, that's a smart play to have them kick it, or they didn't kick it deep.
So, Mark.
So this is where I'm telling you, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm saying, listen, they're going to sit back, obviously, drop back. Can't have any pass interference. Let them catch the ball. If it's in front of you, just keep the receiver in front of you.
Or you bring the pressure this time like you did the last drive and get that strip sack.
Oh, look, they're going to sit. They're going to put forward.
They're going to put 3 down linemen. Here's the blitz. Sharp's trying to get it down the field. That is intercepted! Intercepted by Lancaster! And making the play is Chris Shaver. Shaver's been quiet all game long. It was an overthrow by Sharp, and Shaver has now given Lancaster the 4-peat. It was just an overthrow, Mark.
Yeah, he actually, Sharp just trying to put it down there. And you're right, it was outside the reach of his receiver. But you know what? You got to give this Lancaster team a lot of credit, boy. And you know what? That's what they say. Defense wins championships. That's the defense has really kind of done their job here and came up with a nice win. And there's some nice gestures. These guys shaking hands before the clock's even out, even after a tough loss like that.
It wasn't easy. Orchard Park gave them everything they could handle and then some. But revenge is sweet for Lancaster after the loss. earlier on in October. They are the Section 6 champions. They'll play McQuaid or Aquinas in the regionals next week. The Legends make it 4 in a row here in Orchard Park as they beat the Quakers 23-17. And Mark, without question, has been one of the best games we've ever seen.
Yeah, and there's no doubt about it. And as I say, as they went in at halftime, they're only down 3-0. They turned the ball over 3 times. They came out the second half with a whole different attitude. And you know what? Give both teams credit because they played their hearts out right to the final second.
This was an amazing game. And you look at the Lancaster fans, entire grad class has seen this team win the championship.
And you can just see the relief for the coaching staff because they know how tight this ball game was. And you know what? It's unfortunate that someone has to go away with the loss, but you know, keep your heads high if you're Orchard Park because that was a heck of a football game. And you know, just all the credit to both teams.
It was that play by Ethan Jerkowski, the strip sack, very similar to what happened in the Super Bowl between the Eagles and the Patriots on the strip sack that gave Philadelphia the first Super Bowl. That play was almost the same exact sequence on the strip sack. Lancaster gets it, they score the winning touchdown, and now they are four times
and they're moving
Section 6 champions, and they're going to move to Brockport for next week.
And then hopefully they go from there down to Syracuse and play it in the Dome.
We've got a lot to digest after this. We're going to give you a post-game wrap-up and plenty more coming up after this. Lancaster, 4 times the Section 6 champions. They defeat Orchard Park 23-17, a new era. Plenty more coming up right after this.
Thinking of a new fence? Fall is the time to buy and save big. From picket fences to privacy fences, think the Vinyl Outlet. Ready to be installed now. Don't wait until spring. Buy now and save on your virtually maintenance-free fence. Trusted the best, like 22,000 of your friends and neighbors have. Call 675-0800. 675-0800. Install now and all year round to save you money. Special financing plans are available. Call the Vinyl Outlet today.
Let us transform your home.
Hey CPAP users, when is the last time you changed your CPAP supplies or had your machine checked? Is it time for updated CPAP equipment? Whether you purchased from us or someone else, Buffalo CPAP has everything you need. The staff and registered respiratory therapists can show you the most up-to-date CPAP equipment and supplies to meet your sleep apnea needs, including the SoClean automatic CPAP sanitizer. Visit any one of our 3 locations or buffalocpap.com.
Non-attorney spokesperson. Attention! This is an important alert for users of the weed killer Roundup that have been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Juries have awarded over $2 billion to users of Roundup who were subsequently diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. If you used Roundup weed killer and were diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, call the Roundup Legal Helpline now. You could be entitled to significant compensation. If you've been exposed to Roundup and have been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, don't wait. Call the Roundup Legal Helpline right now.
I went to Star Point High School, and my teacher, Mrs. Gilbride, said, "You like to talk a lot and you love the weather. You should be a meteorologist." Because we're near the lakes, the weather changes minute to minute, and that's why our Weather on the One forecast is so beneficial. I'm definitely a weather nerd, and I love being outside. We've got 2 lakes, we've got a river nearby. It's definitely a cool thing that not a lot of other cities have. It's great here. I'm meteorologist Kaylee Wendt for Spectrum News.
Make it 4 in a row. Lancaster comes away the Section 6 champion, 23-17 over the Orchard Park Quakers. This was an instant classic. Lars Lewis here along with Mark Collins. And Mark, the first half, a snoozer. 3 turnovers from Lancaster. You'd think that Orchard Park would have them by the throat. And then the second half, it just seemed that it became a heavyweight slugfest between both of these teams, and it was wild.
Yeah, I'm sure if you were watching on TV and you watched the first half and you came in and watched the second half, you'd think it was a whole different ball game.
That's right.
There's only 3 points in the first half. That second half was an amazing battle between both teams. And, you know, we always said in the open that sometimes it's hard to beat a team twice in the same season. Orchard Park won by one when they played them the first time. They get revenge tonight, Lancaster.
Well, let's take a look at some of the highlights in the second half, and it was absolutely crazy. It starts off with Orchard Park taking the lead to go up, I believe it was going up 10-0, and then Lancaster right after that. Let's take a look at some of the game stats first. 249 yards of offense for Lancaster, 191 for Orchard Park, pretty much all of it coming in the second half. But the turnovers in the second half, you take a look, 4 for Lancaster, but those 2 by Orchard Park swung the whole game.
There's no doubt about it. When you look at those 4, 3, Lancaster had 3 in the first half, and it didn't hurt them. They were only down 3 points. The turnovers for Orchard Park, though, was very costly at the end of the game.
Indeed. And you know, throughout the game, the player of the game, no question, would be Cody Phillips, the running back from Lancaster. It's like you said, he had a bit of a quiet game, but it was effective. He got the big plays when they needed them.
There were a couple other players. Their tight end wasn't too bad, and Manziel is a quarterback, but I would give this one to the team because it was a team effort. Their defense kept them in there all game, and then the offense scored points when they needed to.
Well, with that, the player of the game was Cody Phillips for Lancaster. He was strong throughout the entire game. He was the most consistent part of their offense, Mark.
Yeah, every time they gave him the ball, he was finding the lanes, and he was getting downfield and picking up big chunks. There's a good look at him right there, and he was breaking tackles. And, you know, give the offensive line credit. They were opening holes for him, and he was getting through, and there's the big time right there. Gets in for the touchdown. And, you know, what a great game for him, and it's something he's going to remember the rest of his life. And there's a look at his teammates celebrating.
That's something that they'll remember for the rest of their lives. An entire grad class, champions of the Section 6 every single year. It's pretty amazing, and they have a big test ahead of them next week. They will go and move on to the regionals. And we actually... tomorrow afternoon at 3:15, you thought this was great. McKinley versus South Park for the Class A title. We'll have that on Spectrum News.
Yeah, that'll be a good one also.
Both teams undefeated going into that game tomorrow. It's the first time it's an all-Buffalo championship game in the Class A. That is going to be a tremendous game between both of them. Mark, thank you so much for being a part of this. This was a great season.
You're right. I enjoyed that one. That second half was something to be, you know, I haven't done a lot of broadcasting in my day, but that was a fun game.
Well, thank you very much to Gary Black, our producer, and everybody on the Spectrum News production crew and staff. This was a tremendous game. It's been an amazing season, and we're not over. Tomorrow afternoon at 3:15, you got McKinley and South Park for the Class A title. Thank you so much for joining us. The final score, Lancaster, once again with the four-peat, 23-17 over Orchard Park. For Mark Collins, I'm Lars Lewis. Good night from Orchard Park.
Suburban Orthodontics.